Yo. All right. Usually, I would wait for the guest to like actually start the pod, but this guy is literally late. Late. This is what professionalism looks like, guys. It's wild. Dude, content creators and working with them are the worst. The worst. Sorry you guys are here early. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to murder him. I'm going to murder Big Rob. How you doing, guys? If you know this, we're doing Leave the Light On podcasts. Guest is Big Rob Energy. Guest will show up when he shows up. You know, can't really corral talent. Even though you gave him like a week heads up. And then also talk to him today about it. It's great. It's awesome. Some gang shit right there. Why are you doing this, Rob? Why are we doing this? Why is this happening right now? Huh? There's no way this man's this late. No way. Giving him so much grief right now. There's no way. There's no way this man's mentioning me right now. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill this dude. Anyway, welcome guys. Welcome to the podcast. So John v. John podcast. Now we're just waiting. How we doing, guys? This is definitely getting cut out of the podcast. This is wild. Wild. Let's go. What's up, guys? Robbing energy, all right? Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Sooner. How you doing, man? Appreciate those golden badges over on the membership. Appreciate it, ton. I swear to God. And I also got to turn streamer mode off. Okay, hold on. We're gonna be going right back to this. We're gonna go right back to the podcast start. We're gonna act like this didn't happen. If you need a backup, I'm free. For real. Holy shit. Holy balls. There's no way this is real, right? Like this isn't real, right? Yeah, I know Rob's getting a big kick out of this. Massive kick. Just the biggest kick right now. Literally talking about kick. This is what he's talking about. I love how, dude, he literally texted. He goes like this. He goes, I said, bro, kick for sure. Texted him at 12:45. Is you ready in 5? He said, I need 10. I said, bro, you are killing me. He said, give me 20. JK, I'll hurry up. He said, I'm not going live for it. He never was. I don't know what he was expecting. And he said, just grab it and drink and I'll be on. Bro, what is happening right now? Oh, it was the first time. Oh, you motherfucker. He's calling right now.
Yo.
You're driving me insane.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can I please see you?
No. You gotta pay.
You're such a cocksucker.
Yeah, hold on.
Don't worry, guys. Just a content creator full time. Oh my God.
Oh. Wait. Yeah, baby. Is it so? Am I facing?
I don't know.
Is it mirrored on your?
You're facing me. We're facing each other right now.
Okay. Okay, that works.
Also,
I think my shit's
I
flipped.
like that. Okay, I like that. If you grow the beard out, I'll forgive you.
What's going on? Are we live? Like, what's going on right now?
Oh my God. We're live right now.
Where?
Rob, are you drunk right now?
Yeah. Where are we live?
YouTube.
Okay. No, it's funny you brought this up because I'm actually shaving this today. The only reason I'm growing it out is for a Manscaped ad. Because I'm a sellout, baby.
That's amazing.
Yeah. They came out with a new like beard product and I need to. The problem is that I only got one take to do this ad because obviously I'm going to like shave my face. So if I screw it up, then I don't even know what we're going to do. This only takes like a week though.
Yeah, same. It took like a couple
How long
days.
you been growing your beard?
2 days.
Yeah,
It's been super easy.
So what's up, dude?
Not much,
Kick
man.
guy now or what?
I'm not a big Kick guy. I'm not a big any platform guy. That's actually part of this is just super fucking annoying that we're having to talk about it because everybody and their mom is like every platform means something to them, and I'm like, you guys are all dumb because platforms don't fucking care about you. They don't care about you at all. Kick does not care about you. Twitch does not care about you. YouTube doesn't care about you. TikTok definitely doesn't care about you. Like, the hostility in this conversation has been wild.
Yeah, Twitch. I think the consensus definitely. It's almost like confirmed at this point that Twitch doesn't care about you. You know.
Absolutely.
Some of these other platforms, though, like I mean, there has been a lot of Kick employees and stuff in people's streams, and you know they're doing stuff, so they definitely are putting in some sort of effort for sure. Same thing with YouTube, like being live on YouTube. YouTube employees will come around and hang out and stuff like that, and I've had a couple meetings now with YouTube live members. Like they reached out for me for my feedback and stuff like that, so like
I saw that tweet.
They care too to you know, to a certain degree, right? They could just sit back and be like, we're YouTube, we don't care who you are or what you've done or what you are interested in or anything like that. We're going to do what we want to do. But they, like, I know for a fact, like I had a meeting with like 3 different people at once, and they were like genuinely curious about certain things. And none of them were streamers at all. So they were really asking like from a, you know, a streamer creator's perspective on like what I would like to see. And I brought up some certain things and they were like pretty surprised. They're like, wow, we never actually thought about that. But so yeah, but I get what you're saying for sure. You know,
I think
my biggest thing.
Sorry,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're the guest. I have to be nice to you. Actually, you're not a guest at this point. You're a fucking co-host.
This is like
I've done so many podcasts with you.
Yeah, I know. This is like our 5th episode. The biggest thing about Kick right now, I think, is the whole. I think it's fading this notion, but it was very prominent probably like 2-3 weeks ago about whole like not streaming on Kick because of Aiden Ross, like one person. Okay. And that was always kind of like I would never let one person determine what I'm going to do with my life. What's that?
He was on Twitch though.
Yeah, I know that nobody cared when he was on Twitch, but him being like the face of it and like not doing something just because one other person's like also there, you know, especially on like when it comes to streaming, because there's so many different kinds of streamers and creators and all of that. It's not like you're all in the same exact thing. He can do his whole thing over there, and you could have 300 viewers that have never even heard of him. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't even it really doesn't affect you. No. And then you're going to miss out. And then I don't know if it's an ego thing or I don't really know what it is, a pride thing, but you're just going to miss out on this, you know, basically getting paid twice as much for doing the same work because you're going to let somebody else affect that and like the financial side of your life and all these things that could be great. You know what I mean? Because, you know, money's weird to talk about, but it's pretty fucking important, dude.
Everyone's pretty adamant about talking about it right now. I mean, people are sharing paychecks from Kick.
I know.
Like it's a lot of people being like, hey, this could be you. And I think I set my standards pretty low. I'm like, okay, so if they're making 12,000, I'll probably make maybe 1,000, maybe 500, 700, 1,000. I'm not going into it going, man, that could be me making 12 grand. It's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm like, I set low expectations. But I think the moral issue is the one that's probably the most annoying to me because I see it everywhere. And it's always people who average like 5 or 10 viewers. That or they're a streamer. Like they're content creators to other content creators. Like their only topic is content creation. They actually don't make anything. They're not funny. They don't have good gameplay. They don't do anything. They just talk about content, and that's their content. If that makes sense. Okay. It's almost like someone who goes to school for law, and then they've never stepped foot in a law room or like a courtroom, but they just know law real well. So they're just going to talk about law. And that's all they do.
like make YouTube videos about law, but never actually like,
bro, it's
what was in a courtroom.
Well, that's what like it's been. And I think when it comes to Kick, people are so offended because of some people have been mad at train wrecks, which I don't know a ton about him. I haven't, if anything, the stir uproar has made me look into him more, just because I didn't really know about him before Twitch.
I barely know much about him at all.
Yeah, but he's, if anything, a lot of this hateful like outcry towards these people has made me like go check out their content and actually tune in for a stream. Trainwrecks is not the most, in my opinion, intelligent person. He's but he has conversations the way I do, where he's like, well, if it's bad that I do this, then why are these people getting away with doing that?
He has a lot of real serious discussions. Like most times, I don't know if I've ever seen him smile.
No.
You know what I mean? Or like crack a joke.
No.
Everything is always like very serious. And there is a lot of serious things going on surrounding Kick and everything he's doing and whatnot. So he's addressing a lot of things. And I see a lot of people tweet, people with huge platforms tweet things about Kick that may be misinformation or whatever.
Yeah.
And you'll see Trainwreck like respond to it and clear the air. Like he's doing that a lot. So he'll probably have to do that for a year now as everybody gets educated on stuff. But yeah, I think I've been telling some people too. I think the Kick would benefit so much. They benefited a lot from bringing Aiden Ross on. I mean, he is like one of the biggest streamers. He has a huge platform. Like whatever, like that's obvious. But having somebody that is that big of a liability be the face of your brand is just such an insane move to have that. It's just such a liability. Yeah. Especially when you're first starting. Like this is your chance, dude. Yeah. And the whole thing is now known as a toxic platform because of one person. You know what I mean?
Have you like gone into his streams and looked at his chat?
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's rough.
Yeah, like, it's insane. Yeah.
Like shit that I've never said privately.
Yeah.
Like
the whole thing is wild. Bro, but to have somebody that as the like that's such a bad decision to have him be the face. They should have brought him on along with 3 others, you know. And I've told some people in the past recently that like once they bring somebody on, like she would never probably sign, but if they brought somebody on like Pokimane or somebody that's like
thinking that,
somebody who's like way softer and you know like comforting, right? Like a whole like the complete opposite of him, right? Like not aggressive, like all that. Somebody nice. Now Kick is seen as, you know, you can be like her and you could have a platform like that and you could have a community like hers and succeed. And that's, you know, that's how it is. But now, right now, the optics of Aiden Ross being at the helm of this whole thing is like, he's 22 years old, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
and I think that's where
it's insane.
Even Trainwrecks, like I watched a few.
He was pissed at him a few days ago, dude.
Yeah,
like real pissed, and that was awesome to see. People love that. People gained a lot of respect for him for saying that, because he should, you know, reprimand him for doing that, you know, and that type of stuff. And yeah,
it's well now that Andrew Tate's out, I'm sure Aiden Ross will go back to being more tame because he's got his handler, which is Andrew Tate.
Yeah, dude, I never really got into anything related to Andrew Tate. I'll obviously see him around and stuff, but I never like if he's a part of a podcast or anything like that on YouTube, I never watch it. I just have no interest in any of that stuff. I just see him as like an actor. I don't see him as like a real guy. I see him as like an entertainer. You know?
Do you think he believes in what he says, or do you think he's just trying to get the bag?
I have no idea. I think he obviously embellishes tons of things he says.
Yeah.
You know, I think the basic principles of some of the things he says, like I actually do agree with. But then there's a lot of stuff I don't agree. I mean, he'll say something that's like, okay, like that makes sense. But then he'll say something right afterwards where I'm like, that was crazy.
Yep.
Like you're fucking wild. Like I want nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
But what you said a minute ago, like, yeah, it makes sense if it was just on paper, but then he'll say some crazy shit, about women or I don't know.
It's for me, it's more just like wanting to. I take those little nuggets that he has, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw this rest of it in the garbage. Like, sure, like it's like, yeah, you need to work out. It's like, you need to work out. You need to stop jerking off in your mom's basement. And then I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. He's like, but fuck women and fuck guys. It's like,
yeah, or like a girl will be successful or something.
Oh my gosh.
And then he'll talk about like, he'll like put words in people's mouths. Like he'll talk about like why they want to be successful or why they are doing certain things when none of it's like a fact. It's just him like saying shit for like entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to explain, but yeah, I don't really consume much of his stuff, but a lot of it's just like in your face. He was the most Googled.
Oh yeah.
I think he was the most Googled thing in the world for like a month.
Andrew Tate?
Yeah. Like he was well beyond like Kim Kardashian and all that stuff.
What?
Yeah. I'm pretty damn sure he was the number one Googled entity for
That's
a certain amount of time. Yeah, dude. So there you go. But I don't know.
I have a question.
So
you don't tie your wagon to any horse. You just kind of, whatever horse is nearby, you kind of just hop on for a little bit, go for the ride, then hop off.
Yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't say I hop off.
Not hop off. I mean, like, you just kind of like collect the horses and just kind of.
Yeah, you just adapt. That's all it really is.
Would you ever take a contract for a site only, like for one site?
Yeah,
you would
for sure. Yeah, if it was insane.
No one's reached out to you for that.
Nah, I don't. I'm not consistent enough. That's my biggest thing.
On streaming or content creation? Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm just talking about streaming. I can name 500 people that deserve it, in my opinion, way more than I would. But if I was in a position to get a life-changing contract just to stream on a platform, like, yeah, I mean, I think it'd be silly not to. You know what I mean? Because streaming to its core is what I love to do. I think it's tons of fun to have conversations and stuff. And so as long as I'm able to do that, the thing I actually love doing, where I'm doing it, doesn't really, I don't think it matters too much. You know what I mean?
What do you think you would do if you had, like, so say you had to like sign a contract, you had to stream a set number of hours, ones that's not like burning you out, like you're able to have a social life, but you have to work like kind of like 9 to 5. Like that's your schedule. What do you think your streaming content would be? Because I think playing a video game for you would fucking kill you. I think it would drain the living life out of you.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, because I think that's tough. I mean, if it's like a 9 to 5 every single day, like that's a lot of just chatting, Yeah. Unless I had thousands of viewers or something, maybe it's way different because there's so many different things to talk about. I guess the only fear I have is like being live for that long and I guess running out of shit to say. You know what I mean? But yeah, I also think most of the people that do sign those contracts, they do play games, right? I mean,
yeah,
like at some point. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. Because yeah, what I do love is just chatting and having conversations and stuff. So that would be tough. But
yeah.
What about you? Would you take a contract somewhere?
Yeah, but I think I would love to do like podcast. Like if I could have set guests that I was interested in talking with, I think that would be my dream. Just talking to people. Yeah. Like I would have a whole setup in person, none of this digital shit. Like I love this.
Oh yeah.
But it'd kill. I think I could do amazing with in person. But it's
for
just
sure.
Like getting people the money to get people out, flying people out here, getting a space, getting all this stuff. Like it would have to be set done. Like a complete set done, like ready for it and done. Like what
yeah. Nate Shot.
What Nate Shot does is fun. I'd probably a little bit more personable. I mean,
it's always like him and his assistant.
You mean Courage JD?
No, so Nate Shot, so like so they had they had their podcast, but then that went away. and now it just came back, and Nate Shot's been doing like way more podcasts, but it's like always just him and his assistant, who I guess is like his long-term super good friend. But it's just them talking about like current events and stuff. So it's not like a real guest based. I don't think he's had one guest on since he started doing this, but the output is like super high.
Yeah.
But it's got like a nice set and all that. So I think gaming orgs and stuff, that would be a really cool thing if they all had like a dedicated podcast. I think that'd be
Scump is on one.
Huge.
Right?
Yeah, so Hex has his own thing. God, what the fuck is that called? Well, actually, Hex has a podcast, and then Optic has a podcast as well. I forget what they're actually called, but you see the thumbnail and you know right away, you know what it is. The Hex one I think is sort of inconsistent, where it's just him and a guest, but he has like huge name people in the esports world.
Yeah.
But then they have like a Optic podcast where it's like the whole Call of Duty team or the whole Halo team or whatever will all get up there and discuss whatever, and then Hex is like always there. But I just love podcasts. That's like all I watch on YouTube. So I selfishly wish every org had like a dedicated podcast. You know what I mean?
You would watch them? You really would?
What?
Like if every dedicated organization had a podcast, you'd watch it.
I wouldn't watch. No, I wouldn't watch every single one.
Okay, I was definitely like, bro, the VOV podcast would tank.
The topic they bring up and the guests they have on plays a huge role whether or not I watch it on YouTube, for sure. Like I have like some of my favorite podcast hosts that have certain guests on that I just do not care about at all, and I just won't watch it. So it's not every single time, but
I feel that.
Yeah, I just like conversation.
Yeah.
And seeing how people really are. I think with this whole content thing, there's a lot of like, I don't know if it's acting, but people put on this certain, persona in a lot of things.
Oh, it's acting.
And and just kind of hamming it up and whatever.
It's not.
But then on podcasts, they're all just like themselves. So it's kind of like what they would be like if you were hanging out in person, and that's what I'm interested in. So. Yeah.
And there's some people that don't care about the like removal of the sheet of like, well, this is who I actually am. Because like, I mean, that's literally Markiplier, PewDiePie, big gamers, Dr. Disrespect. I mean, they're fucking actors. And that's why I love podcasts the same way that you do, to where you can see the person, be like, okay, this is who you are as a normal human. Because you're funny as like your character. I think Tim Tatman's the same person though. I think he's the exact same person.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
Southern bred country boy who lived in New York. Like
is he a Southern boy?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just from New York. I guess I don't really know. I don't know about his life before that.
He's got like Southern roots. Like he's very much a like family man type guy. Like he was what was he? Oh. He was what was it called? The people that help old people. He's a social security worker or social services. There we go.
Oh, okay.
So he would like do stuff like that. Like that's why like I think it's crazy because I see some of his patients. I'm like, you're not actually mad, and I would be fucking livid right now.
At what?
All the comments or all the jokes are like, he is the butt of every joke, and he's better than 90% of the Call of Duty players. That shit would drive me insane.
I always thought, I watched him play, and I'm like, he's actually pretty good.
He's good. Yeah, he's like, quote unquote, dog shit compared to all of his other friends. And I'm like, dude, there's no, like, and everyone's like, yeah, Tim's trash. He always falls. I'm like,
yeah, it's just like the running joke, dude. Yeah.
Oh, bro, I feel like the want and desire for streaming is dying.
You mean like people just sitting around and being like, you know what? I really want to get into streaming.
Yeah. I feel like that's dying.
For sure. Oh, dude, the pandemic, like, I mean, no debate, skyrocketed everything, because you had nothing else to do, and all these people were playing video games and they're like, I have a personality. I should just do this live. You know what I mean? I'm already playing Call of Duty 20 hours a day. Let's just do this live. And they go live because they didn't have anything else to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I don't know how many, I don't know what the percentage is, but like a percentage of those people, had some sort of success, and they're like, I'm just going to keep doing this. I guess this is my thing. How do I grow this? Oh, I have to make videos. Okay, I'm going to start making videos. And then,
yeah,
there you go. But nowadays it's like, the world's kind of back to normal, and yeah, it's way easier to just have a 9 to 5 and like know how much money you're going to get every couple weeks.
Do you
know
miss
what I mean?
Do you miss your 9 to 5 right now? Like, are there times recently where you've missed your 9 to 5? Like, miss working?
No.
Not at all?
No. Not my specific one. Maybe, I mean, like the structure of having a 9 to 5 sounds good a lot.
Yeah.
But my specific job was horrible. But my wife gets home at 5, she's not a very good example though, because she is like super busy all the time. But in theory, she gets off at 5, she drives home, and that's it. Like there's nothing else she could do here at home to like further her life or her career. You know what I mean? Yep. It's like, for me, it could be 5 o'clock and I can go watch a show or something, or do whatever. Or I could stay in my office, make another video. Who knows? Maybe it gets 3 million views. Like, and then my career, or my, you get that much more success or whatever. And I'm like that further along in this whole content shit because I decided to like work on something. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But that's also awesome that I can control that in a sense.
Yeah.
And you really get out what you put in. But with a 9 to 5, like being able to shut off in theory, sounds awesome, a lot of times. And you also know exactly what you're going to get every couple weeks as far as payment. But then again, on the other side of the coin, I could get paid a lot more every month if I just work harder. It's like the ball's in our court, which I think is really cool. But it's definitely hard, like mentally at times. Everything has pros and cons for sure. Yeah, obviously. But I wouldn't go back. There's no way I'm going back.
Do you think what
was your last 9 to 5? Did you ever have like a normal job?
Yeah, I've worked almost everything. I've worked construction. I've worked retail. I've worked food. Food was my least favorite job. Food taught me that humans are the. I don't want to sound like that. I'm not gonna say that.
Where did you work?
I worked at a deli over here because I'm back in Tennessee at Mercantile, downtown Franklin. So downtown Franklin's like a real bougie area. And I worked the kitchens, and actually I got fired because I was secretly doing photo shoots in the morning, and I would open up the store and then go do photo shoots and get paid like $150 to $200, and then come back and cook. Because that was when I was building my photography, and they were like,
they just didn't notice you weren't there or something.
No, not really. I was really good at it. I was a good worker, but like they were just like, yeah, you have to be at the fucking store. I was like, yeah, I don't want to. And they're like, okay, then you're fired. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's how it usually works.
And but no, I think that was also this is super messed up. I'm not proud of the story looking back. We know how like people say that somebody will spit in your food if you're a douchebag.
Yeah,
I was that guy.
So like, okay, so you're in the back of the place?
Yeah, I was cooking.
So they would, but it was a restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking like a butcher shop type place.
Yeah, there was actually a guy who came in, and I think just a lot of the parts of the equation of him pissed me off because he was like mean to the front girls. And like he was that's like annoying. Well, so most people don't know what over easy egg is. Like they want over medium, but they say over easy. That's why another thing I learned
when it's like runny and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, which one's which?
So over medium is the ones where it's like a little bit firmer. Over easy is like runny. Like that's where it's like snot dribbling out.
Yeah. Never eating that again.
No, it's I don't know how people can.
Thanks.
But he went to the front girls and was like, hey, This is gonna be the second time I order. The third time I should be getting it for free. I asked for over medium, and this is definitely way harder than I want it to be. This is not over medium, and like went on this whole spiel, like chewed them out, and then so I made another one. I was like, okay, this is over medium. Like I know this because getting paid to work here. I've been taught how to cook an egg. It's great.
Because I'm a chef.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say chef. It was easy food. It was really, really easy food to make.
Oh.
But they definitely walked you through like this is over easy, over medium, and hard. Like this is like super easy to do. So I made another one and sent it out, and he got super annoyed. He was like, okay, third time the charm. Like went up, took it on, and then like shoved the plate so much where it went over the edge and broke. And I was like, okay. And so me and another guy walked out. And we're like, hey, so sorry about your food. You're saying that there's like an issue with an order. He goes, yeah, I asked you to cook an over medium egg, and you guys just can't seem to do it. So can you do pancakes? Are you able to do that? I was like, absolutely. What would you like in them? He said blueberries. I said, okay. Anything else? He goes, nope. That seems like it would be simple enough for you. I was like, okay, can do.
Yes.
And walked back in there, got the pancake batter, blueberries, and just hocked a loogie and spit in it. And cooked it, and I watched him eat it. And oh dude, I was pissed. I was so mad.
Dude,
and
disrespectful people are
I can't back up what I did. What I did was disgusting, but I was livid.
Yeah.
I was pissed. And just because I was like, no, but I don't talk to people like this in real life. Like, and then I learned that like most people don't eat their food. So the amount of food waste that there was so much. There was so much food waste. Like there was so
that
much.
Could be annoying.
Oh, bro.
I can see that being annoying.
It was piles of food. Some people would take a bite and then leave it. I was like, you paid $11 for this, dude.
Damn.
Like, was it bad? And they're like,
that's
no,
when you
I
know
just
you're
wasn't.
balling.
Well, well, it was just like they would eat it, and I was like, was there something wrong with the sandwich? And they were like, no, I'm just stuffed. I was like, okay. Did you eat anything before you got here? Like
yeah.
I think that job taught me a lot about appreciation for what, like the food that I have gotten and what I can eat and what I will eat. Because after that, I became like not a picky person. Like I will eat whatever's in front of me. I'll do whatever I need to do.
I never tell the waitress like something's wrong with my food. You know,
my mom, my mom's
she'll just come by and she'll be like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's all good." You know?
Yeah.
I mean, if you bring me more food, like everyone's gonna be done, and then it's like, I don't know, whatever, dude.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, oh, this order's wrong, and doing it like in a polite way, but doing it in a disrespectful way is like, you're gonna get hit by a car. Like,
as if they're the cooks, you know what I mean?
Oh, that shit.
That's the weirdest part to me.
It was more of
She's
like
just taking orders.
Yeah, and that was and I worked at, again, like it was I worked at retail, which by the way was I
was gonna ask where.
I worked at a shoe store called Johnston Murphy, and then I worked at Sprint Mobile. And Johnston Murphy was the only time I ever got made fun of for my body type. So there was a guy, dude, you'll love this story. Like, you know how like when women get those comments made to them, like being like, oh, well, you can't wear this because your body type. That's what was said to me. So there was
shoes.
Yeah. So there's a guy named Maweed. And we had a dress code.
What's his name?
Maweed. Really awesome dude.
Oh.
Like just like beautiful black.
I thought you said weed.
No, Moweed. Racist.
Okay.
And
you said weed. I live in Oregon.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah. I don't smoke, by the way.
You're such a coward, bro. I don't do that shit. But if I did, I'd definitely take a sponsorship.
Which is, nobody ever believes me, but
I believe you.
Go ahead. Don't unsponsor me.
No.
Go Big Rob everywhere. We're selling out all year.
Oh my god. Anyway. Anyway. So there was there was this guy named Weed, beautiful dude. He's super jacked. He's like model, actor, just did Johnson Murphy because he could make bank, and he's super charismatic. Literally like a perfect human being. And he came in wearing short sleeves. A short sleeve button up, did all the things. Actually was wearing khaki pants, which we weren't allowed to wear. I wasn't in the dress code. So I was like, oh, okay. But he didn't get anything said to him. And I was like, oh, cool. So I guess I can do that. So I like walked in, and not even trying to like challenge anything. I was like, oh, I'd love to wear short sleeves because hot as fuck doing a button up and then a sweater and then a watch.
You legitimately thought it was like, okay.
Yeah. So it was this woman named Christy. Fuck you, Christy. And she saw me and she goes, get over here now. And I was like, okay. And so I like went over and she was like, what the fuck are you wearing? And I was like, button up? She goes, no, what type of button up, dipshit? I was like, a short sleeve? She goes, yeah, what are you thinking? Like, that's not the dress code. It's long sleeves only. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I saw Maweed wearing it last Saturday. She goes, look at Maweed and then look at you. And bro, that was the first time I ever drove home crying. Like, literally felt like a total bitch because I just got body shamed by some woman. Like, dude.
I think it's more weird that she looked at him and she was like, this guy looks really good.
Yeah. No, she crossed a lot of weird like manager employee boundaries. Like she would take Maweed out to dinner and they would talk and
oh, there you go.
Yeah. But dude,
that makes sense.
I legitimately felt like such a loser because then I talked to Maweed about it. He goes, Chrissy said that? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, okay, I'm gonna talk to her. I was like, please don't. I don't want to get fired. Like I just let it lie. I just need someone to vent to. And he goes, bro, it's kind of like you. He was like that hype man. He was like, bro, you look great. Everybody wants to fuck a skinny guy. I was like, appreciate it, it's not true, but I appreciate it. Like it, and it's so funny because he never acted like that. He was super he was friends with everyone. He's literally you, but black. Like he worked out a lot. Like he was dope as all get out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I remember that was the first time like I was that was the first time like I ever got introduced of like body shaming from someone because nobody ever talked about me.
Interesting.
It's outside of my brothers. Like they were like, "What's up, Pipsqueak?" I was like, "What up, fat ass?" Yeah. Sure, you beat me up, but I'm aerodynamic. I'll run straight.
Can't catch me.
Yeah, for real. And yeah, I think my other jobs, I think dealing with people that I want to deal with made me want to go into photography. Because once I could shoot weddings, I'm able to say no to clients who would be problematic. And I could,
that's the best.
And I could say yes to people who didn't have the budget to hire me at the full time, but they were like great people to work with. So I got like friendships out of it. So the last 9 to 5 was a while ago. It was a long time ago, probably like 7-8 years.
Yeah, mine was 2016.
Yeah.
And before that, I was working at a car dealership. And then before that, I was working at Dick's Sporting Goods. And my first job ever was JCPenney.
Really?
My first day ever. My first day ever was Black Friday. So my first day ever of work was Black Friday at JCPenney. And they put me in the kids department, dude. I didn't even know what these sizes were.
Oh yeah.
Like there was pants that were like a 3T and a 4T. And I'm like, what the fuck is the T?
Ton.
Yeah. And then everyone's coming in asking me for shit. And I'm just trying to spend as much time in the back, just away from the crowds.
Give me
no idea what I'm doing. Organizing jeans. They asked me to go to the register. I fucked it up like immediately. I just left. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I remember showing up to work that morning, dude, at like, I think it was like 4 a.m. or something. And I walk in and you just see all these people at the wall, like the glass doors, like The Walking Dead or something, trying to like get into like shop and oh my God.
You got to see the worst of humanity on that day.
Yeah, first day ever, dude. I was like, is this fucking work? But is this what this is? This is my life now. I remember my first paycheck. It was like I couldn't go home in college because they had me working. I was a part of the seasonal crew or whatever.
Yeah.
For like the holidays. And I remember my first paycheck, I bought a watch and I bought a pair of Vans. And it was like right before, pretty close to Christmas. And I was supposed to spend the check on like presents and stuff for my family. And I was like, you know what? I should technically get another check before Christmas. So I'm just going to spend this one all on my shit. And then wait till like the last day to get something for Christmas.
Dude.
But yeah, I was an idiot, dude. But
how old was this?
At this point, I was I turned 19.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I was still 19. Yeah.
At what point do you think? Okay, I have like a certain age range where I stop like judging people for their actions because they're so young, because they just don't know. At what age is that for you? Like, what age is it? Like, you're too old to be acting like this.
My gut feeling is around probably 24.
Yeah, same.
Because I think back when I was like 22 ish, 23, and I was like, I mean, I was partying every weekend and like just like my priorities the whole week was like getting together with my friends and like going out. Yeah. Like I didn't have one responsible thought in my brain. You know what I mean? Like nothing mattered. The only thing that mattered was like going to my homie's house, who like everybody, like a bunch of us would show up to like pretty much every Saturday, go out to the bars, you know, the typical college type stuff.
Yeah.
But like that was all I cared about for like a long time. And then I got my first like legitimate job where you had to actually wear like a business shirt and slacks and shit. I got that when I think I was 2014, so 12. I think I was 25 or something, 20 or maybe 24. I think it was like 24, 25, something like that. And at that point I was like, okay, it's time to like kind of mature, you know what I mean, and start looking at other things. That was the first, like 2013 was the first time I bought a car like on my own. I started doing all those things of the nature things. And yeah, I think that at that age it's not that young anymore, I guess. But just, yeah, I just think of myself when I was, 22, 23, 21, and where my priorities were and where all my friends' priorities were. Like, I didn't know anybody responsible at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say probably around that age. But
do you miss that? Like, is there a part of you that wishes you could go back, or do you think you phased out?
Yeah, I mean, it was super fun every single time, but even now, but like the moral of that story is that like, I just love going out and like hanging out with my friends. It's still like that to this day. I just don't have a huge group of friends that do that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah. You have no friends. You don't have any friends.
No friend. They're all digital friends. And nobody lives on the West Coast for some bizarre reason. They all decide to live hella far away. So
you know how expensive it is in the West Coast? You know how expensive it is in Oregon? I visited there. That shit is
not bad.
You are smoking something, dude. It's so expensive.
Where were you at?
I was in Kansas City, so I can't really. It doesn't matter.
No, where were you at in Oregon though?
That Crater Lake.
Yeah, that's like an hour and a half from me.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite. But
I didn't even fucking know you lived there, dude. I went there to meet Anime Daddy and some friends. God,
there's definitely very expensive places, but there's where I live is like pretty normal, I think. But
are you in a house or an apartment?
A house. Yeah.
What's your mortgage?
Shut the fuck up.
Why can't we talk about that?
I'm not talking about that shit.
How many bedrooms do you got?
3.
Okay. This is the office guest bedroom?
Shut up.
What's the house layout like?
Well, I mean, yeah, technically this is a bedroom.
Okay.
But I just turned it into an office.
You got a baby bedroom?
Yeah, we have like a guest room like the next door over. And then the main bed is like not too far away. So that's why I don't do a lot of the stuff at night, because my wife goes to bed like at like 8:30. So if I'm in here like yelling and shit, like
I feel like you don't get loud though. I feel like you're loud is like a little rumble.
If you're like I always think about like streaming, I feel like there's a lot more loud moments. Like when you're streaming and like you get a raid or somebody donates or something, it's like genuinely like always like a really surprising moment. And when I get like amped up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I definitely get loud for sure. Or like playing video games or anything competitive or whatever. Yeah, I definitely have that side of me for sure. Like if I got raided, I remember one time I got raided with like 400 and something people from my buddy Mark Clark. And that was like the biggest raid. I think that was still the biggest raid I've probably ever had. But when that happened, like, you know, the thought of being quiet, like it's just so weird. Yeah. There's no way, like naturally. So I definitely have my moments, but yeah.
What do you think about Mark Clark? I feel like he's like the Mr. Beast of streaming. Nobody has.
You know Mark?
No, I don't. I'm just an observer. Like I don't know Mark.
Oh,
so I'm just like watching him, and I feel like he
actually lives in Oregon.
You guys are friends, right?
He lives a couple hours north of me.
You guys are friends.
That's
right?
funny. I brought him up. Yeah, and I also brought up nobody lives in Oregon, but yeah.
Oh, so Mark's a nobody.
Oh, nice. That was a good one, John.
Hey, clip.
Yeah, here we go. All right, well, I'm done. So, no, Mark's great. I think Mark is very. He was one of the biggest like Call of Duty TikTokers.
Yeah.
Like when Call of Duty TikTok was going off in the pandemic and stuff, he was definitely at the forefront of that and doing his thing. And he's done a lot of massive things, but it seems like he's very just kind of to himself and his community and. He has like a legitimate community. Like he streams every day. I think that's his. He used to own a media agency. I'm not sure.
That's why
I don't really
clean. I was wondering. That man does nothing wrong. He's got all of his ducks in a row. All of it.
Yeah, he's never involved in really anything. He just kind of does his own thing. You know what I mean? Which I totally respect. And I really try to actually do kind of the same thing. I don't really.
You do a great job.
Yeah, so
I'm learning from you, by the way. I'm learning. I'm watching. I've held my tongue multiple times this year.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I'm going to say it on the podcast what it was. So some guy called me a lemming. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's like a dumbass. It's like a blind person following. It's like a lemming.
Where's it from?
It's from like a game. Like a game is like you set up these walls to try to get these guys from point A to point B. And someone called me that. Because I was like, what would make Kick valid, in your opinion, for streaming? And somebody goes, this lemming mentality. I had no idea what it meant, so I had to look it up. And it was like a sheep mentality.
Is it like British or something?
He's British. So the guy who's British,
there you go, yeah.
And I went to his channel, and he averages 3 viewers. I'm not going to lie, I resisted every urge to go after him. And then I didn't. And then I moved on.
There you go.
But I talked about it here.
Yeah, it's because doing that is just not self-serving.
No.
It doesn't do anything for you. It may make you feel good to just put somebody in their place or whatever. But as far as like your career and how people see you and whatever, it just does nothing beneficial for you. And that's just that. And it's such a... And also, like, with those kind of situations, I always think about how this is not going to be the last time this happens. So if I try to do something to combat this is going to happen fucking 1,000 more times in my life. So it's like, why waste energy on this? You know what I mean? It's a never ending battle, but it's such a silly ass battle. You know what I mean? That you 100%. Shouldn't battle it.
No, I'd send a text message of what I would have said on Twitter to my friend. And she was like, that's great. Okay, delete it. I was like, gotcha.
Yeah,
like
exactly. I've had several people hit me up and be like, "Hey, should I say this, or what do you think about this? Like, how does this come off?
Yeah,
you know, that type of stuff." And I'm always 100% honest in those situations. As like I always say, like, as a totally normal consumer or viewer, whatever, of this content,
don't post this
this is what it made me feel, and that's it. You know. Do with that what you want, but that's, you know.
You have no idea how helpful that is, man. Like, no idea. Like, it's Because I had friends who I was like, is this a bad idea? And they're like, fucking send it. Go. No regrets.
No.
Let's send it in the world. And you're like, no, don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah. Because your career is not some goofy thing to play around with. And your reputation, your reputation is everything in life. You know what I mean?
What's my reputation based off of? Public eye? One person's public eye?
Yeah.
How many public eyes do I have to care about?
As many as you can, I guess.
Oh fuck, that's so exhausting. Even
no, okay, so no, this is something that people always have like a misconception about this. I've talked about this before in the past about like likability and shit. And my biggest thing is not trying to get everybody to like me. My biggest thing is trying to make an effort to be at least neutral with everybody. And if you decide to like me and enjoy what I'm doing and stuff, that's great. If I'm 100%, I know I'm being genuine in myself and whatever, and you just have some disdain for who I naturally am, then so be it. That's totally fine. That's gonna happen, whatever. Yeah. But I'm never gonna go out of my way to try to completely ruin something or ruin somebody, or you know what I mean? Like just piss somebody off like out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Without any without being like triggered to do something, I guess. But like my main goal is to be neutral with everybody. It's not to like see somebody who may not really know who I am and I'm like trying to interact with them. Like, I'm going to try to get this person to like me today. I'm going to try to get this whole group of people to like me today. It's like never like that. Yeah. I'm going to try to be, for the most part, neutral and just be, just even keel and whatever it is with everybody. And, and yeah, because I want to be known as somebody who's like, just like a welcoming, kind person, for the most part. So I have other sides to me that are definitely a little more,
sure,
aggressive or whatever, but it's never really pointed at a specific person. It's usually just pointed at a specific ideology thing happening or a cause or something, but like going out of my way to be like, this person said this and this person always does this and this person's definitely view botting and like shit like that. Like I would never do that. You know what I mean? So
I'm glad you brought that up, worth it. Because I'm currently being accused of view botting.
Really?
Yeah, over on Kick, because I'm like the top 3 Destiny 2 players. People are like, yeah, it must be nice being, because I went from 20 to 30 to 50 to 90, and then I peaked at 100 and then went back down to 50, and like I was like, if I'm view botting, I'm the weirdest fucking view botter.
Yeah,
because I feel like view botting doesn't.
Your truth.
Oh right? Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm fine.
Yeah, but it's just like it's just a silly ass thing,
So there's under no circumstances would you ever go after someone publicly.
I would if they the only time I ever do, I wouldn't even say, I don't even know in context like go after somebody, like what that even includes, or entails, but if somebody
I mean, like to try to publicly, like someone does something against you and you're it goes so against your values. It's so like it just something that like you would be able to have, like say the most imaginable thing. Someone's coming after I Am Rob, trying to dox his family, trying to dox his life, or Deadly Dill, or any of your friends over the content world, like Biggie, like you wouldn't. And I'm just asking because I don't have that same restraint. So it's got to take a shit ton to like be at that place of, well, I'm gonna, man, it's not worth it. Like there's nothing that could set you off to do that, or do you think that there might be times where you could possibly slip up and be like, damn?
I guess so. If I'm provoked, that's a totally different thing. Mm. But if you're never gonna see me do something like pretty unprovoked or come out of left field and like go after somebody or bring something up or try to start some shit. Yeah, I'm just not that kind of guy. I don't like confrontation. I don't like conflict. It's just like I just don't like that. I'd rather not deal with that. And a lot of times I don't have to deal with that. So I don't. You know what I mean? I don't try to start shit and drama. And I hate drama. Every time I'm around it or near it or even around somebody that is a part of it, I'm like, I'm good. I'll talk to you next week. You figure that shit out. But like, no, if some of my friends were, if some of my friends were in danger of some scale, and if I could step in and help them in some way, I would definitely stand up for them. A big thing for me is if somebody comes after my character, like if somebody like was saying I was view botting or I am a certain way or Rob believes in this or whatever, and it's just straight up false, and I benefit a lot from trying to defend myself and putting in that effort and that time, if it's totally worth it, that's what it comes down to. Then I would totally do that. But I'm not gonna go after somebody and be like, just saw John streaming, definitely view botting. Like, I'm not like, why? So I would never do that to stir some shit up. I mean, we know you are, so, but like, I would just never say that, you know what I mean? But the platform Kick, but that's like a big thing with Kick. A lot of people have speculations. Even I do, honestly.
Dude, my numbers are way higher. Way higher.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I was like, I have no idea what's happening. I just know I'm clean. Like, I did address it with my viewers because it went up to 100, and I was like, if there's anyone having tabs open, please close them. Because nobody's fucking talking.
No, and I think if you spent any time trying to look into this website and shit, you've noticed that things do seem, I don't have any facts, but things do seem a little bit inflated. But then on the other side of the coin, to play devil's advocate, I get it, dude. If you think about it, like, how many, I don't know if you may know the stat, but how many, like, what's the percentage of Twitch streamers that have like 0 to 2 viewers? Isn't it like 90 something?
It's like 99.
It's like fucking super high.
Well, that's what people on was it Twitch Talk, or that's what they call themselves. Like, by the way, if you have 14 viewers, you're top 1%, buddy. You made it. Yeah. I was like, all right, let's go.
Like, that. I still have 14. That's all I can. But so if I'm a developer or if I'm in the meeting room at Kick, right, and I had just somehow, I morally, it's probably not right, but if they have the ability to slightly inflate people's numbers, like, even like, dude, think about it, like, 98% of Twitch streamers or whatever the number is, they have 2 viewers, if that.
Oh yeah.
They come over to Kick, immediately have 6.
Yep.
Why ever go back?
Yep.
Boom! Now you're locking in millions more people on your site. So
I mean,
and even mid-sized creators or whatever the fuck, when you have like 30 to 40 viewers, now you have 80. It's like, that's a big difference. Like look, and I can't prove that these aren't real. Like, I don't know, like, shit, they put me on the homepage or whatever. It was like, fuck yeah, dude. And then you getting paid twice as much. It's like, I mean, to me, I know it's like a tinfoil hat theory, kind of, but like, trying to inflate these numbers and
I don't know. Maybe I'm more likable on a green platform than a purple one. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I will say it does feel nice being on a different platform. Like, because I don't know why, but there's less competition, and as much as people, because I've heard this, because people are like, well, discoverability, and people are like, there's no fucking discoverability on Kick. I was like, well, nobody's streaming Destiny 2 on Kick, so yeah, there is discoverability.
So, yeah, dude, barely anybody's streaming at all. I mean, you can play any game and you're right there on the list.
I mean, I was top 3 of Destiny 2. I've been top 3 of Destiny 2. It's been me, Deadly, and a few others, and I was like, that's wild. That's never been the case ever. Like, and there is view botting. There is definitely people who have like no subs. They just got affiliate and they're at 100 viewers. I'm like, oh,
yeah, there's
100 people who just don't want to support you.
There's something going on, I think.
But I can't act like it doesn't happen on Twitch. And like, that's where the moral high ground of everything. It's like, sure, Kick is a little jankety. It's also in beta. It's also just released like what, 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, it got popular like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, Twitch has been around for like 9, 10, 12 years. Give it some time. And the fact that it's already fighting for a lot of people's attention. Dude, I've watched so many people switch over. Gutsy Aiden just left. Low from 100 Thieves just left.
Who did?
Low. That little, like, he's like a 15-year-old content creator.
Did he?
Yeah, he just left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he went over to Kick.
Yeah, why not?
So,
but his main, he might as well, because I think his main income's from brand deals and YouTube and stuff like that. So it's like whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. And that's where
the main reason I switched over to Cake too. I was like, I don't fucking care, dude. It isn't even my like life.
That's where I'm at. Like I've been viewing
it. Tool.
Yeah. And somebody was like, is this going to be your main platform now? I was like, I don't know. Follow me everywhere. If you're not, you have no idea where I'll be. And some people were like, well, that's fucked up. I was like, what? Why? Why is that? Like everyone thinks, like someone said, moving platforms is really hard for some people. Okay. Well, this is my phone. Oh, I'm on Twitch now. Okay. No.
Dude, if people really cared, they'd be there.
No, yeah. But that's YouTube. Oh, I'm on YouTube now. Crazy. Big move.
Yeah.
Massive move. Oh, I had to get my whole life in order. I was like, dude, I get it. The reason why I don't stream on YouTube much anymore was because of the user interface. Because it takes some time. I like the high quality of 1440p, but it takes a bit for people to respond on mobile. And that's not it.
So wait, you mean like if I'm watching you on my phone, then my chat, do you see my text late?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really know how slow it is.
I mean, some people really complain. And some of my viewer base was like, dude, this is so fucking slow. I said that like a minute ago. I was like,
damn.
Is it?
That's interesting.
So I went back on Twitch and people were like, welcome back. And then 300 subs. And I was like, cool. I'm going to Kick. And they're like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, you just subbed 20 times over on my channel. And I would like to get 95% of that. So you're all in for the money? Then why the fuck did you give to me? Like, what is this, bro? Like, do I have to play limbo with people to figure out what they want? Like, every content creator's like, well, the money's not, it's like, we gotta go. Like, it is what it is. It doesn't have to be. Well, I don't want to go on Kick. Aiden Ross is on Kick. Also a gambling site. Okay. Don't you hate Bezos and Amazon?
Yeah. Dude. The gambling thing's so weird. Like,
and
what does that have to do with?
Well, they're trying to get Rob. They're trying to get people to gamble. Okay, I'm not gambling. Well, not you. So what's the issue with me going? Well, it's just unethical. No, it's not my job to worry about people's lives. Like, it's not.
My question is, like, when Aiden or any of these people do like these gambling streams, like Aiden's main viewer is what, like probably 16 to 18. Like, they can't even use these sites, right?
The gambling? I don't think so. Not legally.
Yeah. Like, they literally can't even do this shit. I think they're just looking at it like as if it's like another video game. I don't see it. I guess I don't really know the studies or how this really plays out in a few years or whatever, but
I'm starting to believe that I was way more intelligent than most of the children my age, because I wasn't fucking invested into a creator as much to where I would go watch their streams. I just watched their YouTube videos and then left and went and did my shit. Go longboard and go play Frisbee. Like,
I guess I don't know what it's like to be
I don't. I have no clue.
I don't know. I can't think of really anybody that's like really influenced much of what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I see a lot of people doing really cool shit and I respect them and I'm like, that's their thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I rarely see people do stuff and just adopt it, like, ever. Because I feel weird if I'm doing stuff like I know somebody else was doing and now I'm doing. I like feel weird. I feel like I know I'm doing this because they were doing it. But the feeling of like being unique in a certain way. Yeah, I have a ton of shit that a lot of people have and stuff. But like that art right there, I looked that up because I wanted something like that and I found something that was super cool. I didn't see anybody with these. I've had thousands of people ask me where I got these because they want to get the same ones. You know what I mean? That type of shit.
Yeah.
But so I don't know what that feels like, I guess, to be a kid and fuck, maybe but like, it's just not even cool, right? Like, there's no way they want to do that shit?
What? To be Aiden Ross?
To get into like gambling, like get into like slots and stuff. Like,
I
isn't that cool
No,
looking?
that I hated those fucking games as a kid. When they were like, "This is a gambling mini game," I was like, "I guess I'm not getting this achievement."
Influence is crazy though, man.
Yeah,
like,
but
it's
that's
powerful in certain cases for
Yeah.
sure. But I don't think they have the ability to just hop on these sites and do it with Aiden as he's doing it.
No, definitely not.
You know?
But also, like, isn't FanDuel a betting site?
What is
FanDuel? The thing that Dr.
Yeah.
Disrespect does? No,
Yeah,
no offense to
I use
Dr.
FanDuel.
Yeah, Dr. Disrespect, I love you so much. We love you come on the pod. It's never going to happen.
He does FanDuel stuff?
Tim does.
For sure.
He does, and Tim does. Isn't that betting?
Yeah, pretty
Isn't
much.
that-
Well,
isn't that-
yeah, it is.
Isn't that gambling?
Sports betting, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm not like, I'm just do what you want, but like, dude, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
it.
I just don't. The platform being backed, like who they're being backed by. I guess the only concern would be like I saw something about Stake being very invested in like the crypto world.
Yeah,
like they're being. I don't know what the right verbiage is, but they have something to do with crypto, and I think crypto is like a huge part of their business model or something. So I guess some people are saying if crypto fails or whatever, then does Stake go under? Probably not, because they're worth I think like $2 billion.
Yeah, Stake is the biggest gambling site in the world. Stake is.
Yeah. Right.
People okay. Gambling, I think, is the dumbest addiction in the world because you're literally just giving away your money to maybe win more money. I don't understand that. I know addiction's like a, I don't know if it's as people have called it a sickness, like a
disease or something.
Yeah, I don't know where that falls on that. I would say that like
genetic.
I don't
know.
It's
not genetic.
I
like other addictions are though, right? Maybe.
Anyway,
I mean, you're definitely influenced by your like environment growing up. I don't know if it's like you're bored with I'm addicted to steak. Like, there's no way, right? Like, there's no fucking way. I don't know. Well, maybe. I'm also not a scientist.
No, that's why I'm like, well,
yeah. I don't know what that's like.
I don't think. I think it's weird. I know I have an addictive personality. I know I like betting with my friends, and I know I've lost I think I've lost like $500 to a friend betting, and that shit sucked. But it was money that I was willing to lose. Like, it was money that
I vividly remember about a month of my life back in 2000. I think it was like 16, probably 2016 or 15. Of when I actually discovered, I think it was DraftKings. It was one of those websites, and I got addicted to. I didn't realize it at the time, but I found out about like basketball betting, and basically what you do is like you pick like I think it was like 7 different players that were playing that night, and you're going against another random person in the world that picked another 7 players, and if yours performed better than his or hers, I guess, if they perform your reactions are always funny when I say that, but if your players perform better, then you win the bet, whatever. You win money. And for a month I started doing that like every night, and I was betting on players I didn't even really know who they were, and they were playing for like the Kings, and they were playing for like the Jazz, and like these weird teams that like I never rooted for in my life. I actually used to be a big Kings fan, so that's a bad example, but like people on the Jazz, like weird players and stuff. And I found myself coming home after work, and I used to always come home after work and go to the gym, probably go with my wife, but I'd go to the gym. I did the same routine, whatever. I found myself coming home and turning on the TV and watching these really like obscure NBA games and rooting for these guys that I've never ever rooted for in my life, and spending like 2 hours like rooting for the Jazz and hoping this guy gets rebounds and whatever. And I like stopped going to the gym and I just was so like infatuated with watching these NBA games, and this went on for like a month, and I would win like $80, $80, $80, $80, and then I would lose like $100. And then I'd be like, I remember one time I was getting a tattoo, like looking at my phone, and I was like, hell yeah, I just won $82, you know? And like, that was like my life for like a month, dude. And I vividly remember that. And then thinking like, wow, I'm like addicted to this. Like, I know I am. I just realized that I am addicted to this without a doubt, because I am like not doing normal things in my life anymore. And this is taking, you know, this is the priority for some reason. And it was like a weird thing, but like the website's fun and, you know, whatever, but I got like pretty irresponsible with it. So it's a real thing. I could see it happening for sure.
Sure. Okay, so you could probably answer this question.
But I was also 25 years old when I was doing it. So, you know.
So back to the question, do you think people are born with these tendencies? Do you think you get like, or do you think it was just something that was like, oh, I like this? Like that could be.
I think it was so, I don't know if I mean, I don't think so. Not with that. I know like factually you could be born with like an addiction to alcohol, you know, like if your parents are drinking or whatever. But as far as this, I mean, I obviously don't know enough, but I think I got addicted to, I mean, I've grown up, you know, loving sports. So like the fact that I had to do something with sports was cool. The convenience of everything, it was super convenient, you know. The money, it wasn't like that much money. I could like still do it with like a little bit of money. And yeah, it was just easy to do. I don't know. So I just got kind of hooked into it, and the feeling of like winning was like incredible. You're like, dude, if I could win once, I can win again.
That's terrifying.
Let's do it again. Yeah.
That's such a scary mindset for me. That's when like I think I would have been addicted to gambling because I got like those scratch off tickets at the gas station.
Oh yeah.
And I won
like $20 to win like $5.
Yeah. Well, I spent like 5 and I won
and
10.
You're
I was like
up to win like $1.
Dude,
dude, you literally just lost $95.
Yeah. And but I remember scratching off one and it was like, you won $10. I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. And then I scratched off and I won nothing. I was like, I'm done. This is terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore. Like
when I go to casinos nowadays, which is very rare, but if I go to Vegas or whatever, we have a casino kind of nearby. I usually just watch people do stuff, or I just watch my friends like play card games, and I get a lot of entertainment out of that. I don't know how to play a lot of card games.
I love watching,
but just watching them do it.
Yeah.
What? Well, some of them win, you know, some of them win, but like when they win, I still feel it's still cool to me. It's still almost the same feeling. But the slot machines, it's always like, oh, I'll lose so much. Like I don't know. I just feel like I have bad luck.
I watched one of Trainwreck's streams and he was gambling, and the amount of money that in the corner that he would lose was but he's like it's nothing to him.
But well, first of all, that money is not even like his money. Like these websites give these people the credits, so like that money is like not even real. Yeah, so they'll give you like $10,000 on the site, and you just bet it. So
what?
So if he wins like $1 million, I don't think he actually gets any of it. Also, during his streams, like often when he's gambling and stuff, he'll actually like look at the screen and be like, "Gambling is the dumbest shit ever. Don't ever do this shit. Like you're a fucking loser if you get into this." Like he literally says that while he's doing it. So I respect him for that.
Some people would say that they don't respect him for that. If it's dumbest goofy shit, why is he doing it?
Like, why are you doing it? Yeah. But then he'll be like, how much money he's making doing it, and you're like, well, would you make this much money working? You know? So I don't know.
Would you do a gambling stream?
Yeah.
Would you risk your entire reputation to do a gambling stream?
I think if I went about it the right way, I don't think anybody would care.
How would you go about it the right way?
I don't know. Just having fun. Just having fun.
Hey guys,
I guess.
gambling, having fun.
But also saying stuff like, kind of like what Train does, like, reminding the viewers and stuff. This is like, if I ever won, reminding the viewers that this is extremely rare. You know what I mean? Like people usually lose, like that type of stuff. No, I don't know if the brand would would want me to say that.
I was about to ask that. Would you still do it if you weren't allowed to say anything and you were like had to like pretend to be enjoying your time?
Yeah, probably.
How much money would
I don't know. I don't really look at it as that bad of a thing. I also don't have a I guess what I think about with this is like every time I stream, like everybody in my stream is like 28 to 36 years old.
Yeah.
You know, if I knew I had 50,000 viewers that were all like 19
children,
then I would be like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to steer them down that path, but I feel like everybody that watches me, because I ask people when they were born, like every time I'm live or just whatever, I'm always curious. Knowing that everybody I feel just kind of knows what's up and knows better, I guess, and has probably experience with gambling already, that changes it a lot for me.
So do you think it's the creator's place to be the moral standpoint to an extent?
What do you mean by that?
Like, do you think that you're supposed to set an example for, like, supposed to set an example? Do you think that you are meant to worry about what my viewers could potentially do because of me?
I don't think it's a part of the job, but I think that's the obviously responsible thing to do.
I hate that answer. I hate that answer so much.
You know what I mean? I don't think I'm going live to try to set a good example, or I'm not going live to lecture people on how to be a good person today.
Right.
But I should know that what I do probably plays a big role if I have a crowd like Aiden. You know what I mean?
If you have a crowd like Aiden, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. I guess I'm just saying more about like the amount of fucking people. You know?
Yeah.
But he has like diehard fans, so yeah, I guess it is his kind of crowd. But all those guys with huge fans, like you always hear them talking about like, yeah, it's the parent, it comes down to the parents raising and whatever. But it's like but at that time, like you have the opportunity right now to like, you can help a shitload of people, or you can set them down a wrong path. Like, what do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do the good thing, you know, like the majority of the time. I mean, that's like weird to me.
No,
I don't really,
you're right.
They can do whatever they want, but like, like you don't want to fucking do that?
No, like, Rob, it's not my fucking job. Like, as a parent, like, that's why when, like, the whole TikTok thing, right? TikTok, did you watch that Congress at all? I watched all of it.
But no, I saw clips. One guy was like, "When you get on TikTok, can you connect to the internet or what?"
Oh, bro, me and my chat watched it because I was like, I want to understand this. I want to make sure like I'm not being fed this misinformation bullshit. Like, I want to make sure like
just like a YouTube video or like,
bro,
what is
it's it's like 5 hours. It's
holy shit
rough, bro. I've never been so embarrassed in my entire.
It looked pretty cringe, dude.
I felt so embarrassed for our country. Like, just because watching it and people were just fucking going in on this guy as if he was the Chinese empire. I was like,
yeah,
chill out, like, relax. And he was super composed, very professional, all this other stuff. And it just kind of like opened up my eyes to like what was going on. I was like, oh, y'all fucking rats. And the people who weren't aggressive were like people of color, people of like other nationalities and other ethnicities. I was like,
interesting,
dude. And I'm not usually one to really care about that. I'm like, okay, so people are people, but I think
it's just an observation though.
It was, but I think it was just like it. One of my viewers was like, it's crazy how the only people who are being respectful are the people who have been a minority. And I was like,
interesting.
And I hate that. Like, because it sucked, because if that wasn't true, that's definitely what it fucking looked like. Like, they were drilling him. So, and some of the most dumb bullshit ever. Like, dude, people being like, what about our children? I have 3 daughters. It's my job to parent. If they're on a phone all day, watching TV all day, and that's their stuff, and that's their numb time, guess who has to be aware? I do.
Yeah.
Me.
Then you'll always have the ability to figure out what they're doing.
Absolutely.
As a parent.
Absolutely.
Like, imagine a world where like your 6-year-old daughter has more control over everything than you. Like,
well,
that just doesn't even make sense.
Well, it's wild because they're like, we got to worry about our children. And some of the stuff that, dude, there was even a video of saying like these kids were like doing the kill yourself challenge or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? And they pulled a tweet from Twitter that was on a video on TikTok. So somebody tweeted something, said it was like XX Temptation. And it was I want to die right now. And there was a tweet, but it was in video form on TikTok. And they're like, because your app, people are seeing this shit. I was like, motherfucker, that is Twitter. That is Twitter. You just showed a tweet from an American-owned site, bro. Like, no thought was given. They didn't talk to... Like, they only got people who didn't understand TikTok or any social media. And they're like... So, this is what you're putting? And I'm sure Chen or Chow, I can't remember his name. That's probably butchered that. And people think I'm racist now. But, like, they...
What?
Yeah, he was like, I don't understand. Like, I'm like, he was trying.
Does TikTok access different things on your Wi-Fi?
No. Yeah, dude. And it's like, no, but Facebook does. No, but Instagram does. No, but all these other platforms do.
I get the I think to play devil's advocate, like, I think the whole thing is that TikTok has all the youth's attention far more than any other app right now.
Oh yeah.
So they
Definitely
think
does.
if they have all the kids information, they could feed it, bad things about the US. And that is like the fear.
Sure.
But I don't know. I guess I don't know if that's happening or not. It's not really my thing, but that's what they're trying to prove.
Well, that's it, dude. It was rough.
How many times has TikTok almost been canceled? Like what, 4 times now?
Yeah.
Every time it comes up, I'm like, shut up, dude.
Yeah. You get them
I don't know.
Get them on other platforms, bro. Like YouTube Shorts. Put your shit. Okay, but that's
definitely.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like,
dude, TikTok being gone is such a huge deal. I just think of all the businesses, dude, and how much it would affect like the U.S. economy and everything. Like it's like a way bigger thing than like some kids like dancing.
Yeah.
It's like fucking. Some people run their entire business.
Yeah.
From TikTok.
Yeah.
Like it's a massive deal. So, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I watched that and I was just like, if this is what Congress is like, this is embarrassing. Like, I feel like I could conduct myself better, and I'm John C. Stout. I feel like
sure.
Big Rob could be
That's
the
why I hate
CEO
politics, man.
Congress.
So many people are so out of touch. It's weird. Like everyone's so fucking old, dude. Like, why aren't there any like 30-year-olds? Does nobody want to do it, or are they not allowed to do it, or what? I don't know. I barely know anything about politics, but like.
Probably both. I don't. Like,
why is the president? How old is Biden? Is he in his 80s?
Bro, he's
the old. Isn't he the oldest president ever?
He's definitely the most disconnected.
I'm pretty sure he's the oldest one though.
Yeah, he doesn't know where he is most of the time. He loves ice cream.
Why is
though.
he so old? Why don't we have like a 50-year-old in office?
Don't you have to be like 40 to be?
I don't know.
Like the legal edge.
I just feel like to lead a country, like the hardest job in the world and stuff. Like you'd think you'd need some. I feel like a lot of energy.
Yeah, I feel like Logan Paul would do a better job.
The Rock.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like the Rock is like a realistic one.
I could see it. Well, he couldn't even be a partner to Shazam. He didn't even want to be a co-actor with Shazam because it's not that big of a role. Bro, yeah. Okay, I've been seeing I Am Rob, and he does like a bunch of comic books.
I was just thinking about him.
Yep.
When you bring up like every time somebody brings up like movies or superheroes or whatever, I think of Rob every single time.
What
he is like he's like the Batman, Twitter Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw his outfit, right? They sent to his wife. It was like a text of him in a Batman outfit.
The tax write-off or whatever.
Dude, it's wild to also see like content creators get away from games that made them and go.
Nice.
Bro,
I was really stoked for him to do like that. He just had a huge video
on a dog shit game called Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah,
it's like 140K.
Well, I think it has more than that. I think it's like 200,000 now or something.
That's wild.
On like a 40-minute video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I even hit him up. I'm like, this is a fucking awesome video. Like, do you know who the Caveman is?
Caveman, I don't think so.
So he's a really big YouTuber, has like a die-hard fan base and stuff, but he drops like one video a month, it seems. But it's like a long video and he talks about like everything and about a certain like game usually. And it totally reminded me of Rob's like big video. And I told him, I was like, dude, I don't know if you know who the Caveman is, but you could totally take that route and spend a lot of time doing these like you know, masterpieces, right? That are like long ass fucking really good videos.
Yep.
And just become that guy. Like it works, man. Cause when the Caveman drops a video, like I watch it every single time because it's so rare. And he's like such a normal ass dude, but he's also funny and he has knowledge and whatever. The first one I saw of him was like a Halo video. And it was about how Halo's like how they fucked up with Infinite and stuff. And I watched this stuff and he talks about, he just brings up so many good points that you're like, dude, this guy's awesome. But yeah, so yeah, Rob's great.
Could you ever
it's cool to see him do new stuff though. What?
Could you ever see yourself doing like long form content like that, like a 40-minute video? Feel confident about posting?
I think about long form content probably every single day. And I have no idea what route I want to go with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I see vlogs as like that would be cool. But I see my ceiling being very low with vlogs because I really honestly don't live a very exciting life. I don't have that many friends. I really don't have many friends in town. One of our friends just moved today. Like there's not a whole lot going on in town. I don't really get out that much or do much. So I just don't know what I would consistently do like a couple times a week. You know what I mean? Like if that became like my thing, I don't know. I don't see it. And I know people always say like, yeah, well, people, you know, the people that support you and stuff, they just want to see you do anything. Like it doesn't really matter. You know, you think it's boring, but they don't. But yeah, I don't really have any desire to really film myself at the gym either. Like I'm not that kind of guy. The gym is like one place where I'm like totally disconnected from everything.
Yeah. So
I almost don't want to lose that in a way.
Yeah. I feel that.
So yeah, as far as long form though, I don't know, dude. Like I really do think about that all the time. I could do like reaction stuff, but I don't think my heart is like in that. That would be like the easy thing to do, I guess.
You think reacting to content's easy?
Yeah.
Think what I do is easy?
You just literally just watch it. That's how I got my YouTube channel started.
So why don't you do that, bro?
Well, I was doing it strictly for views and watch time for the YouTube partner program. Like I never was excited to do it. I'm like, what do people like? I'll just do this. It was never like, afterwards I was never like, fuck yeah, I can't wait to make another one. Like that was sick. Like I'm not proud of one video.
I'm not proud of it.
You know what I mean though? But like the feeling of being proud of what you did and stuff. Like if I have a skit in my head and I execute it exactly how I thought about it and I put it out there and then it's well received, which is like the icing on the cake. That's where all the fulfillment comes from for me personally. Like that creation, the process of like creating something that was in my brain, you know, that's fucking, that's everything to me. So and I'm really proud of that. But you know, reacting stuff, I was never like proud of it. It was like literally just a tool to reach YouTube partner. And then I didn't know what I was going to do later after that, but I don't know. Yeah. I've been meaning to ask like friends and stuff actually as of late, like if they were to think of me in long form videos, like what they could see me do, you know? Cause to me, I'm just like, dude, it's been years. It's been like 2 years now. I still don't know what to do. So, but I would love to do it. Like it's awesome. And it's pretty lucrative too. Like that's where most of the money is on YouTube anyways.
I can't see you sticking to one thing though. That's the thing that sucks is I want to see all aspects of you. Like I would love...
my channel's built on like gaming type stuff. So it's like, dude, do I like feel obliged to make some gaming stuff, which I'm not opposed to, but do I do longer skits, like long form skits, or do I like
I could see, do you know who Moist Critical is?
Yeah.
I could see you doing that, covering everything. Just sitting
like
down,
commentary type stuff. I've thought about that.
I could see you doing that. I would love your take, even if it was on bullshit working out shit that I don't give a fuck about. Be like, did you know that this supplement actually gets you 10 times more jacked? Be like, cool.
But I feel like those topics would have to be gaming.
Why?
You know, I don't know, because everything I've built so far is like from gaming.
But Rob, you're more likable than gaming. You're more likable than just gaming. I somehow have split two audiences. People have watched me only for commentary, like for conversation and commentary, or
that's why I enjoy your stuff the most. Yeah, for sure.
Or people like my loud, obnoxious reactions. I can never combine the two.
Yeah.
Like people can't, because they're so different, people can't combine the two and be like, oh yeah, John is thoughtful and obnoxious. And I'm like, like with
thoughtful and obnoxious. That should be the title of your podcast.
Yeah, for real. But with you are you're the same. Not like boring, not like bland, but you are, when you're put into a game, you're the same guy. When you put into a commentary, you're the same guy. When you put into a podcast, you're the same guy. And I think that's what makes it so easy to digest. Even on social media, I hear your fucking voice when I read your tweets. Honestly, guys, I don't understand why the fuck you hate kick so much. Maybe if you got some reps up in the fucking gym, you could actually have a good opinion. Like, I just hear it.
That's true, though.
But I think that's the cool thing about you is that you have that evergreen content. I learned that from Sooner, by the way. Sooner gave me that word. It's my favorite word. Evergreen is such a beautiful word. Evergreen content is my goal for everything.
Yeah.
Can't do it to save
I use
my
that
life.
word all the time.
Yeah. If I could have a guest to talk to or a co-host, I would do podcasts only. Because I love this shit so much, because I love talking to someone, and that's why, like, my questions, I can have a conversation with you 1,000 times and always find out something new. Always.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt.
It's easy for me. I love asking questions.
Dude, when I listened to your first few podcasts, when did you start doing this? Like 2020?
A little bit earlier, but the shitty episodes were a lot earlier. But
you were doing like a lot of like TikTokers.
Yeah, I did. I did some. That was when I like started bringing
Ginger
it back.
Girl and like Deadly, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was when everyone was insecure and nervous. Have you listened back to those podcasts? They are uncomfortable.
No.
Some of those people, like, I'm having Steffi back on.
Of what?
Just they were nervous. They were nervous content creators.
Yeah.
And I guess
everybody was pretty new.
Oh yeah, and that's why I'm like excited to have some of these people back on and be like, all right, you got some chest on your hair. Okay.
Yeah, you should have Deadly back on for sure.
I want to.
Yeah, he I'll let him talk about it, I guess, but it's interesting to see him have some sort of conflict with,
everyone. Dude, that man,
a certain group of people and stuff like that, but
yeah, it's the fucking. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. You're on the podcast.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's like a whole. That could be a whole. That's a whole very interesting topic.
I would love it. Yeah, I think that's what's wild though, because you are able to skid past it, even though your views aren't different than the friend group that we have. You're not an easy target to go after either. By the way, you're not. You're a very intimidating target.
That's so weird to me.
Because you are.
It's been like that my whole life, though. I think that's why I try to.
You're confident, though.
I think that's a big reason why I am like just naturally very kind, and usually in general, like when I'm around new people, I like even if we have like new friends over or somebody in town, like we meet people all the time, and they sometimes they'll come over or we'll do something and hang out for the first time. Like I'll usually go out of my way to make sure everyone's like having a good time or everyone's comfortable or whatever, because like the vast majority of my life I have been an intimidating person to a lot of people, whether it's my size or or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like I've always been that kind of guy.
You're just
confident. Nowadays I have like, you know, tattoos and like all this kind of shit, like whatever. I've naturally like not a mean looking face, but like, you know what I mean? Like if you didn't know who I was, like you'd probably think I would like punch you for no reason. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the vibe I've had for a while. Mm-hmm. But it's just not the case. So I've always had to go out of my way, like first, to show people that I'm like, you know,
sure,
there's nothing to be scared about. But
yeah, no, you wouldn't.
Yeah, that's a very normal thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Even though you're still scared of me.
I'm happy I haven't met you in person yet, because I feel like you would knock the shit out of me.
Dude, we have a ton of fun.
Oh yeah, we would. But I'm scared of our first interaction. You're the only person who I think would actually put a hands on me and like slam me on the ground. And you would do it in a disrespectful way, where I'd like reach up for the hand up and you just walk away.
Yeah, respectfully choke slam you through a table.
But you wouldn't like help me get up. You just keep walking.
Yeah.
Like, and then act like we weren't friends. I was like, all right, cool. Going back home. That's why I don't want to go to fucking TwitchCon. Ever.
I'm not going this year. I have to I want to find more events, dude. I want to find more shit to do and like get out. And
you need to get out of Oregon. You and your wife need to travel.
I'm actually going to the Virgin Islands at the end of this month.
What? Why?
Her brother's getting married out there.
Do you like her family?
Wild place to get married. Huh?
Do you like her family?
Oh yeah, her family's awesome. Yeah. They're all super cool.
They don't make
super
fun
nice.
of
you? No.
They don't call you.
Her dad's 6'8".
What the fuck?
Yeah,
your wife is tiny.
Her little brother is like 6'7" or something. He was like in the special forces. Yeah, dude. They're pretty sick. And then she has another brother that's like a total like Kyle stereotype. Like Oakley shades, flat hat, tank tops, monster cans, like all that.
Were you intimidated meeting her family for the first time?
No, because
of course
I don't know.
Rob.
Well, I mean, I wasn't. I don't know.
Well, okay.
When you know who you are and stuff, it's like I have nothing to worry about.
When did you find out who you were?
I don't know.
18.
That's a crazy question.
Okay.
What does that even mean?
When did you start to figure that out? What do you think?
Like when you, I
started figuring it out like 3 years ago.
I mean, for the majority of my life, I never had issues with anybody. Like to this day, I don't have a single enemy. You know, but once you have no enemies besides you, once you have no enemies for like a stretch of years, I think at that point, maybe it's just confirmed to you that you're like, yeah, maybe I am a good person or something. You know? I don't know.
Wait, I want you to say, you think you're a good person?
Yeah.
You think you're really?
I know I'm a good person.
Oh, huh? You know you're a good person?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Prove that I'm not.
Okay. No, I can't yet.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm gonna get some shit happening though.
Bitch.
I'm gonna burn your house down, see what happens.
Go through my old tweets.
Dude, I don't know, man. I envy that so much that you didn't this doesn't mean like you didn't have any pushback, but I think it's a point to where it's like you had pushback, but you didn't have anyone constantly negating the good things that you were doing.
Pushback from who?
I think life just offers
just in general.
Life offers its own pushback. It doesn't really have to be family or anything like that. But I think you had a good support system to where with those pushbacks, you had people kind of reinforcing you and being like, "Hey, fall back on me and I'll keep you up." Or what do you think that you had that?
I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, I don't think I had a ton of reinforcement. I mean, I've been with my wife for a long time, and some other friends and stuff. But there's a lot of times where like I'll deal with a person or something in my personal life where I don't tell any friends or whatever. But I think the main thing about it is like I just, like I said, and I said this earlier, I just don't go out of my way to like cause drama or conflict or anything like that. Like anything bad to happen, I avoid it at all costs. You know what I mean? Like I've never even gotten a speeding ticket. You know, like shit like that. I have no desire to like be pulled over by a cop. So I follow the fucking rules.
But you get out free. They'd be like, "Yo, is that Big Rob Energy?" And you're like,
I actually, you know what's funny? I got pulled over in college by so like I played football in college, and when you play football, you go on a recruiting trip. So these colleges will fly you out, and basically like you'll go to a few parties that weekend, and like they'll have a sick trip. You know what I mean, to try to get you to go there.
Yeah.
And when I went out there, the first guy I ever met was this O lineman named Lance. And he was this big ass O lineman. I met him. First dude I ever shook his hand, whatever. Fast forward like probably 4 years or something. I got my truck out there and I got pulled over. And I'm like, fuck. And I was on my way to Dick's Sporting Goods super early in the morning. And I get pulled over and I'm like, what the fuck? It's like 6 a.m. or something. And then yeah, he pulls me over. And I see him walking up to my window, and he has no idea it's me because he's never seen my car. But it was fucking Lance. And I'm like, dude, what's up? But he was actually an ass to me, which is the saddest part. And I'll never forget it because I thought he was going to be cool and shit. But he was like, he had some snide remark where he was like, do you know what you're doing? And I was like, no. And he's like, you didn't see the school zone? And I was like, no, like, honestly, God, didn't. He's like, you didn't see the big yellow flashing sign that you drove by?
That's fine.
And I'm like, no, I don't know. I didn't notice it. Like, fuck, where the hell's the school? But yeah, so I don't know.
Fuck you, Lance.
That's what I'm saying.
What was the last name?
Not saying it.
What's his social security number?
Yeah, because I would know that. You ever gotten pulled over?
Yeah, I have speeding tickets all the fucking time. All the time.
How many do you get? I thought you get like X amount.
No, because I'm a pussy, bro. I literally don't believe that I have white privilege when I talk to cops because I'm like, they're like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm just driving. They're like, hands on the wheels. Like, they're already there. Look at me.
That's good. You should do that.
Yeah. And they're like, do you know what you're doing? I was like, yep, I was speeding. They're like, okay.
Damn, you say that?
Absolutely. I'm not going to fucking lie to a cop. I'm a big old coward, dude. I can't do it. I don't want to get shot.
When was your last ticket?
Last year.
How fast were you going?
I was like 70 and a 40. I don't mean to. I don't mean to. It just
78 and a 40?
70 and a 40.
Dude, that's almost twice what you should be doing.
Listen,
were you late or something?
No, I was just driving. I
was just driving, dude.
I didn't mean to. I'm not like.
You didn't notice everyone going super slow around you?
Nobody was around me. It was nighttime.
Yeah, because you were going so fast.
Probably. I don't know.
Left them all in the dust.
I'm not a cop, man. I'm not supposed to be worried about that shit.
Did you actually get a ticket?
Yeah.
Damn. And the only ticket I've ever gotten was a parking ticket. Like, you gotta understand though, like I grew up back with this whole like not wanting to get in trouble, avoiding conflict, drama, all that kind of stuff. Like just the lifestyle it's just my lifestyle, I guess. It all really derives from my older sister. I think we talked about this before, maybe, I don't know. But my older sister, who's 3 years older than me, she used to get in trouble nonstop. And she would come home and like cop cars and like hanging around the completely wrong people. And it was like a big deal. She got shipped off to a boarding school and like she was in trouble non-fucking stop. She threw a massive party where my dad ended up getting in trouble. Had to go to like, God, what was the meet? It was like my dad had to like do these classes. Like it was like, dude, like big deal. Like her party was like in the newspaper and shit, dude. Like
what? Who was your sister? Britney Spears?
Dude.
Oh my God.
So, but like seeing her get in trouble and like doing all these reckless things all the time, it's almost like I got in trouble. I gotta know what it was like. You know what I mean? And like parents yelling at her and like just all this crazy shit. So seeing all this, I was like, dude, I never want any of that ever in any capacity. So that definitely played a huge role into just how I navigate nowadays, for sure.
I went the other way. I just got sneaky. I watched my brother do shit, and he would get in trouble, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just not gonna get caught doing that shit.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I would have, like, my parents would be out of town. I would have people over and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but it was never.
That's pretty edgy.
But that was pretty
past 12.
That was pretty seldom. Yeah. Well, one of my really good friends had a fucking dope house. He had like a pool house in the back where like we'd all hang out and party. So you could just go to his house and like have those kind of nights.
When you say party, are you talking about like Euphoria size party, like 50 people, 40, 30, 20? Or are you talking about like party just you and like 5 other dudes?
No, it would be like us and a bunch of girls and stuff, but it'd probably be like probably 30 people would show up or something.
Oh, that's a party. Yeah, no, that shit always made
it was
me
cool.
nervous.
It was like 20, 30 people. But you'd have like beer pong and like you'd have, I don't know. It was awesome.
The first time I went to a house party, I got really drunk and cried and sat on a couch. That was my first time getting drunk.
I feel like you would still do that these days.
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. I remember because what was it? Vodka and orange juice. What is that?
I don't know.
It's a not a pile driver. It's a something. I don't know what it was.
Forget.
But
what's the sex on the beach?
I've never had that. I don't know what that is.
Damn.
Have you had sex on the beach?
The drink.
Rob. Have you?
No. The drink?
Have you ever done that type of stuff publicly?
What?
Like having sex publicly?
Dude, we're not talking about this shit. The fuck?
Would you ever?
No.
No?
I don't think so. No. Where?
Anywhere, man.
I think I've done it in a car before.
That's public.
Yeah, but it was like
the car in your house in the garage? That doesn't count.
But it was like dark. It was like a room, pretty much. It's not like I'm doing it at a fucking Walmart.
You wouldn't do it at
like
Walmart?
You.
Don't fucking do that.
We're doing it in the pew, like Deadly. I don't know.
You wouldn't ever, like, if I love that.
Probably
dude,
not.
That
I think I'm
thought.
at a different stage in my life. Maybe when I was like 21 or something.
Yeah, okay. Would you ever try to do the Mile High Club if you didn't get caught?
No. Oh, if I didn't get caught?
Yeah, if you wouldn't get caught, would you try it?
I don't know, actually, because airplane bathrooms are fucking tiny, dude. Like, I can literally barely piss in one.
I don't know how you get away with just going in the bathroom with someone else. I don't know how that works because there's always people by it. Always.
Yeah, I think it's probably like a private jet thing. You know, I don't think people really do that shit on public.
That's lame shit.
Some people are wild though, dude. Like fucking crazy. And maybe if they have the last seat of the plane in the bathrooms, like in the back, you know. But if you see 2 people go in the bathroom, it's pretty fucking obvious on a plane.
Would you ever report that shit, or would you just kind of let that fly?
No.
You'd let it fly?
What am I gonna say?
Be like, there's people doing it back there, man. I'm shitting and pissing back there. There's people dropping loads of semen in there.
I don't think so. I don't know. I would respect it probably more than anything. Like, wow, that's ballsy.
Would you knuck them? Like come back? Like if you like knew what they were doing, would you like hold out and knuck?
No.
You wouldn't fist bump him?
No, because the hands are dirty as fuck. Probably. I'm touching that shit.
I don't know.
Maybe elbow him.
I have like fantasies of that. But I'm
really the Mile High Club?
No, not the Mile High Club. That shit. That doesn't seem realistic to me. Like doesn't seem like something that's possible. I feel like the bathroom thing.
It doesn't seem like something that's enjoyable. That's like the main thing. Yeah, it's like that would be.
It's like an achievement
difficult.
Unlocked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Xbox logo comes up and you're having a horrible time. You know what I mean?
That sounds like a skit, dude.
Yeah.
That's a skit right there.
And you're welcome, because I'm not gonna make it. But I mean, who? Okay, I'm not trying to get weird, but who's the more adventurous in the couple, you or your wife?
Dude, this is like a Dr. Drew fucking podcast.
I'm just asking.
Who's more adventurous? Probably neither of us, dude. I mean, I don't know.
Would you want to get off the topic of you and your wife? No,
I don't really care. It's just I don't have anything. I I feel like you could be talking to somebody like
you're both
way
the
more
exact
interesting
same.
about this kind of stuff.
You're both the exact same.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. I'm not like Dan Bilzerian, you know what I mean? Like I don't really have much to offer in this department.
Who is that?
What?
Who's Dan Bazillion?
You don't know who Dan Bilzerian is?
No. What's his name? Blue Zerian?
What the fuck?
Who is that?
I don't know if anybody's in your stream right now, but Dan Bilzerian's like every dude knows who that is. Look him up. You've seen him.
Okay.
He's known for having like 30 girls around him at all times.
How do I say his name?
Dan. Just type in Dan Bilz and he'll pop up.
Okay.
You've definitely seen him.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen that face. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep, I know him.
But he's always has girls around him and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he has like his own logo where like it's almost like the new Playboy bunny. Like if a girl's wearing a bikini, like with his logo, you already know she's a part of like that world.
Has that ever enticed you? Like before you, like I can go first because I don't want to like make it feel uncomfortable. I've never thought that would be an enticing world. Ever. To have that many women around, it just never was a fantasy for me. Ever, even as a kid.
Yeah. I don't think so. It's always been interesting. It's like that's such a crazy ass unorthodox lifestyle, but I don't think I ever thought for a second I could do that. You know, or anything. It just seems super unrealistic. The places now seeing all the places he goes and like the things he does and experiences, like that seems fucking cool. You know, just being able to attend any game or like going to any F1 race or going to like fucking any vacation you want or being on the coolest boat. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
But having a ton of relationships at once, like dude, that doesn't even seem possible.
That doesn't seem, I'm not excited about that. None
like
of
if
that.
I was hanging with one girl, I'd be thinking about I feel like I should be hanging out with the other girl.
Is that how you are with me and you? Like you're doing this podcast right now and you're thinking about your wife?
No, I'm actually doing this podcast right now and I'm putting together an invoice to send you right afterwards. So
would you is that like an etiquette thing? Like should I pay people for podcasts? Is that a thing?
No.
No, I mean like genuinely, like not you obviously because I'm never gonna pay you. But like having a guest on a podcast, it's not a normal thing.
Can you hear that train by the way?
No.
Okay. It's super fucking loud. Anyways, go ahead.
Is that you out there training?
I don't know what the hell this guy's doing, but yeah. Sorry, paying people. I don't think you should ever pay anybody
to be on a podcast.
I don't think so. I think you can accommodate people in other ways. You know, I think
like oral.
Yeah.
Would you take that?
I think the main thing, like, I guess the most I would do is just try to like go off of their schedule, right? Instead of.
So you showing up 10 minutes late, is that normal? Do you think I should just keep doing that? Not gonna lie, that shit drove me.
For the record, I think it was 2 minutes.
Dude, you were so late. Bro, I literally in the VOD, I'm like, hey guys, he's not here. We're just gonna have to hang out. And they were like, really? I was like, yeah, not fucking here.
Damn. I didn't think it was that bad.
You're fine because I know it's not intentional. Scheduling with I Am Rob, I want to pull a bullet in my brain, bro. The guy's like, can you do
Rob didn't show up to our podcast either when I had a podcast with E.
Yeah, which he's trying to
He thought it was on a different day.
Yeah. He's trying to get me to schedule at 7 a.m. I was like, no, dude, no.
Who is?
I Am Rob. The last time we tried to schedule, he's like, can you do 7 a.m.? Sorry, my kid has to go to school. I was like, no. Like,
what the fuck?
Absolutely not. I don't know.
I think he's an hour ahead of you too.
He said 7 a.m. and I said no. I think
he's an hour ahead of you.
Yeah, we'll find another day. You release your 18-hour-long videos that do really well, and then I'll try to squeeze you in. Like, I'm fine with working with people's schedules. But no, I'm fine with that. If I don't have to pay someone, but they're like, hey, I'm going to be 10 minutes late, I'm like, oh, that's fine.
I can't imagine anybody would want you to pay them. I mean, they might want you to, but I don't think anybody would accept it. It'd be like, what, dude? I almost don't think you should even have those people on if it's not a natural thing. Like, how are you gonna have a natural conversation when it's like clearly like a business transaction?
I mean, you're getting something out of this.
Good to talk to you.
No, that's different. Actually, okay, I've thought about this.
Is that an ad?
Do you think I'm getting paid by Liquid Death? No, I genuinely like the stuff. No.
That gave me a lot of anxiety how you're holding it at the very top.
Like this? Why?
Like 2 fingers, yeah. Because that could easily come out of your hand and fuck your whole desk up.
It's slipping. It's definitely could fuck up.
I bet it is. You're gonna drop it.
I know my limits.
Your frail little hands.
What?
What were you saying? Podcast guests.
Okay,
payment.
I want to do a co-host shit, but you won't do it. You're too
Like
busy
what?
making skits. I don't know. Fucking talk about shit. I could talk about people, and you
down
can
to
reel
like
me in.
join. I'm down. Like, I just don't want to commit to like being on the like being a part of a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ever have somebody on, you want me to join, I'm down.
So you'll just text me randomly and say
I just love the text you have when you're like, hey, you want to do a podcast in 10 minutes? As if I'm just at my desk waiting to do podcasts at all times.
I ask you, hey, can you do a podcast? And you said, yeah, next week. And so I wait next week, and I'm like, hey, we still down for this week? He was like, no, you didn't play anything. Motherfucker, you said next week.
Yeah, when? That always happens with everybody. They're like, hey, you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, give me a date and time. I'm down.
You never said
Never
that.
get a day or a time. I'm like, all right. So obviously I'm not, what am I, down 24/7 now? Like,
yes. I would say that you're down 24/7.
Put your pop filter back on.
That's fine.
I'm not down 24/7.
I think you might be.
So I need some advance.
What you got on your schedule, Rob? You can go bench press
Shit all the time. I'm a mess if I don't have shit on my schedule.
What do you bench?
I gotta
pressing?
shave this itchy ass beard off right after this podcast.
Just grow it out. Of course it's itchy, dude. You know how fucking gangster you would look with a full beard.
No, it looks
bro.
bad.
No, you got perfect white. As Knacker said it, big teeth, which sounds like
no. He said athletic teeth.
Athletic teeth. You remembered that.
That makes no sense.
Healthy, very healthy.
You and him need a podcast.
I think I would get him canceled. I think he would lose his validity if I did a podcast with him.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are like very similar.
He's way more compassionate than I am. Way more of an empath than I am. At least I think.
Are you sure about that?
I think so. Because I had him on the podcast.
I always thought you were very, like, probably one of the most compassionate people I know.
Maybe I am to normal people, but content creators, I don't really give them that much grace. Unless they're being canceled publicly, and then I'm on their side automatically. Just because. Yeah,
but I mean, you can be compassionate and not agree with what people are doing. Yeah, I just think you guys, your conversations are always great, but
I think
Knacker's shit is so funny, dude.
Yeah,
every time that dude pops up, I watch like every single thing he does, and it's always fucking good.
Man's chaotic. Like, he's super chaotic.
It's so good.
But
if you watch any of his content or if it's like a YouTube video or something and like didn't see the sub count, like everybody would think he has like 200,000 subs, you know?
Yep. I think that's what kills me with a lot of people that I see their worth in. And maybe they just haven't reached the demographic that would be into their stuff. Like they haven't just reached that demographic yet because it didn't get pushed out to the right people. Because I think that you've already found that demographic to an extent. I also think that your demographic is very versatile with you because you've sold yourself very well as a brand and as a person. You are very, very versatile. I could watch you. I talk about sports. Sorry.
I actually love sporks too. I always thought that was one of the best inventions of all time.
You want to talk about it? No. Let's talk about it.
That's it. I just think it's incredibly convenient. Anyways, I've said that for years, so I'm glad you brought that up. We can literally talk about sports and sports.
No. Like, you're, dude.
That's the end. That's the end of that. That's the extent of that conversation. But yeah.
What?
Yeah, I get what you're saying though. I think the biggest thing with me is I just kind of like, this is very clear that I don't take myself or my content very seriously, you know? So
I don't think that at all. I don't think that's what I meant. I think you're very methodical with how you move. I think it's just, you're very,
well, that, yeah. I guess, what did I mean by that? I guess like being in a comedic niche, it's like, it's easier to joke around and I don't know, just have conversations about stupid stuff. And like, clearly I don't really care that much about Warzone, right? So when people are just diss Warzone or joke about it or whatever, we can just have those conversations, but it'll never offend me if anybody ever brings it up. So having conversations about it's a lot easier.
You don't like Warzone?
I mean, I played it last night. I had a lot of fun, but it was more, I had way more fun because I was playing with Clean and Fluffy. It wasn't the game, you know. Like we got some wins and I was actually playing really well last night, but the fun was talking to them and doing it, you know, playing those games with them. Like that's where the fun derives from for me. Playing it by myself, like,
no.
I'll play 4 games and I'm like, all right, like I'm totally good. I can leave this and never think about it again today.
Dude, I think Call of Duty creators, let me say this, you outside of it, because you don't actively make content for Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's very different.
Dude, they are some of the most gaslit community in the world. Or easily manipulated, because they have such a huge hope that a feeling that will come back during COVID will come back, and it won't.
Yeah.
Warzone will never be
I saw a tweet the other day that was I literally didn't know if it was like a joke or not, but it said something like Warzone would have still been the biggest game in the world even if there wasn't a pandemic. And I'm like, dude, what, Warzone came out like March 10th, I think.
Yeah.
And the pandemic was like March 14th.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a crazy,
no,
that's a ridiculous statement.
Yeah.
It would have been a big game. Like, yeah, it was cool and whatever, but to say it would have been the same without a pandemic, dude.
Or TikTok.
Stop.
Bro. No way. No way.
No way, bro.
Even I mained Warzone. Like, that's, I don't do that shit anymore because
everyone did.
Yeah.
It's like how we all met.
Yeah.
Right? Pretty much. That was like the catalyst to everybody's friendships.
Shit. I just thought about this. Deadly was playing Apex way before everyone got onto it. Deadly was maining Apex while everyone was playing Warzone. Then he moved over to Warzone, and then everyone moved away.
Yeah. Dude, Deadly was always down for like Rebirth Island and stuff. Like we used to play all the time. He was like one of the main guys I would play Rebirth with. It was like Deadly, Fluffy, and I think Sooner. We would just like play Rebirth and, you know, laugh and whatever. That's like when we all actually really got to know each other, was like during those days. But that was all about like, you know, hanging out and talking to each other. That was like, the game was just icing on the cake, really. That's how I've always looked at gaming in general nowadays, you know. Like, even if I'm playing anything at night, it's because I'm in Discord with people talking, you know, and I just happen to be playing. It's like nothing is ever like centered around a game, really.
Yeah.
But
I remember the first time I played with you, Sooner, and Rob. You. Because I forgot.
With me? Like me, Rob, or the other Rob?
You, Rob. I just said it weird because I forgot who I was talking to for a second.
Okay. In Call of Duty?
Yeah. No, it was in Halo. You guys were playing Halo 2. And I popped into Sooner's chat. I was like, what's up, bitch? He's like, oh, it's John. And then you were like, John? I love that guy's content. And I was like, who the fuck are you? And then it was Big Rob Energy. I was like, oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. Nice try, bro.
That's funny.
Sooner's probably, dude, Sooner's like top 10, maybe top 5 people that I've met through content creation. I've never met a guy way more genuine and way more like supportive, and I just love the men that I've met through content creation. The men that I've met in my circle now, I feel like are just like golden standard men. Like it's just
that's exactly how I feel. Like, and all these guys that are I consider them my best friends.
Yeah.
They're all from this space in one way or another. You know, like without a doubt, best friends.
Does that ever make you sad that like we're not closer, like physically, or do you think that is there like a little bit of a fear like once it steps into the real world that it's like, okay, maybe we're not as close as I thought we were? Is there ever a fear of that?
I don't think so, because after TwitchCon, it really solidified my thoughts. Because I know what you're saying, and I've probably thought about that too. But after TwitchCon, I realized like everyone really is exactly the same, and I think that was the best trip I've probably ever been on, like ever.
Yeah, just
everything was incredible. The people, the company was incredible. The talks, the laughs, the experience, the everything. It was with all those guys, and nothing was different. So I forget what the original question was, but yeah,
I think that's where it kills me. Just because like I think everyone's so busy. So when I moved back to Tennessee, I was like, oh, I'll be able to see some of my old friends again. But they're all as busy as I am.
Oh, dude,
like but they don't do the same things. Busy. But they don't do the same things I do. So like we could never collaborate. Like we could never make it a business meeting and then hang out and do stuff. I feel like if it was me and other TikTok creators, Twitch streamers, whatever stream platform streamers, we could all do content with each other and make it work and viable. And that's what
for sure.
And that's what killed me about. That would be
sick.
Oh, bro, can you imagine, bro? Everyone would be getting free photo shoots from me, and then, like,
that'd be sick, dude.
Dude, I've literally like had talks with this, with like Deadly, and Deadly like lives a few hours away from me. He's like, "When are we hanging out?" I was like, "I don't know. What do you want?"
He's only a few hours away.
I think so. He lives in like butt crack of Louisiana.
I met him out there once.
Yeah, it's
at a bachelor party.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's like 6'5".
Yeah, he's like 6'4". Are
you serious?
That's a big difference.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where'd you get that shirt?
A viewer sent it to me.
Oh, for the?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Back when I had a P.O. box. Now I don't have a P.O. box. People are like, give me your address.
Yeah, that was the worst waste of money for me.
Oh, yeah. Biggest thing.
I had a P.O. box for like a year, and then I like stopped streaming, and like,
yeah.
I don't know if I don't know where somewhere in my office, but I actually did get sent like this one really cool thing. But other than that, like, I never pushed it. No one ever sent anything. I was like, I don't know. I thought it was like a part of the streaming, you know, like you get a P.O. box.
Well, this is where the Jade side of me comes out. Was people were like, dude, I can't wait to like send you shit and do that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I had like 50 people tell me they were gonna send me stuff. I was like, cool, I'll open one up. I got 2 packages.
Yeah, I had a soap company hit me up once, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna send you some soap or something.
Was it Dr. Squatch?
Nah, it was like some dude's soap company, but he's like, you're gonna be one of the first to have this and whatever. And I was like, oh, cool, like awesome. And another big thing too with my PO box was like, I wasn't getting any like alerts if anything was there, so I always had to like go there and like look, and I was like, this is such a pain in the ass because I have no idea if this is a waste of my time or not.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And then you get like other mail with it that just came in the PO box that like trash mail.
So much trash the first month. I'm like, how is this even possible?
How does anyone know about this? Yeah,
Yeah, that was annoying. I remember that for sure.
There's some things about oh my god, I'm not gonna say that. I fucking hate that phrase. Content creation. I hate it. I hate content.
You hate creation. What?
I hate content creation. I posted this on Twitter, and I think there's some people who don't have genuine content. They don't have any content besides talking about content creation. The content creation, contemplation. Hey, where's the streaming at? Yo, as a streamer, maybe you should be doing this. Like it fucking drives me insane. They don't put out.
But you're not talking about like tips and tricks and stuff, right?
No, I'm talking about
You're just talking about like
they only
always
talk about
discussing content creation.
but don't create anything. It drives me insane. Like, they don't have podcasts, they don't put out any clips, they don't play any games, they don't do nothing. They don't entertain, they just talk about it. And they just talk.
You're talking about like Twitter?
Yeah, kind of. But they built a platform.
Or are they making videos?
Making videos about content creation when they don't release any content. That's their content.
Isn't that content?
Not in my book. I feel like
you just think it should be.
It's got to be categorized, man. I feel like that's news at that point, which is content. Fuck it. I don't know. I just like.
Dude, even the word content, like creating content, like all that, I always thought it was so broad. Like, we need a new word. Like, I always think about it like, dude,
I've said so much.
Like, if I go outside, or if I go take photos of my truck, right? Mm-hmm. And I, go through the whole process of like editing them and posting them, and that was the content I posted, right? Technically, if my grandmother went outside and took a few pictures of her house and posted them on Facebook, she just created content, right?
Stop.
Like, it's like grandma a content creator?
Yeah.
Because she created content.
I don't like these standards. I don't like it.
Like, the word content
covers everything. Everything.
It's too broad, dude.
But that's the.
I'm a content creator. Well, dude, my wife just took a picture of our fucking tuna casserole last night.
See, but
is she a content creator?
But now you're being a demeaning asshole. Now you're being rude. Now you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm being.
You're not being inclusive.
Literal.
You're not being literal. You're not being inclusive of other people. Just because.
No, everyone's included.
You're doing
ultra. It is ultra inclusive. That's my whole point.
You're not doing it right. No, everyone's a content creator. Everyone can be, and everyone is.
No, they are. Because they're creating content, right?
Mm-hmm.
You put one thing on your story, you just created content. Are you a content creator?
Yo, is everyone a valid content creator?
Well, that's fucking subjective, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
What do you consider a valid content creator?
What do you consider a valid content creator?
People who make money on content. People who actually get paid for their shit.
Money doing it?
I would like to put that in the same professionalism, yeah.
So what if they're doing free photo shoots for everybody?
Then they're a loser.
Okay.
You're not making any money. If you don't have a money spread,
so they're not creating content.
Yeah. If you don't have a money spread, you're not a real content creator.
So if Peter McKinnon made a cinematic video of a day in the life for me and he did it absolutely free, did he not create any content?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just such a ridiculous word. It's such a weird phrase. Like, I don't know. It's just too broad. I create content. Yeah, we all fucking do. Right?
Yeah.
I'm a very literal person too. And like, I think it goes with being OCD in a lot of ways.
You're OCD?
Oh, for sure.
Your room looks hella messy for that.
Well, there's different kinds of OCD.
You just got the shitty version of it?
That'd be the better version of it.
What's your OCD? Your room doesn't look bad, by the way. I was just trying to piss you off.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know different technical terms and stuff, but I just know there's a lot of things that I'm very OCD about.
Does that mean
that I'm also like a very, very literal person. So when I'm talking to somebody and sometimes they say something, I'll take it very literally. And I'm like, well, that doesn't really make sense because that means that, whatever. And they didn't mean that. And then it's like I'm trying to figure out what they're actually meaning. And it's like it's a whole thing, but
I'm going to ask this question and I mean it very sincerely. I'm not trying to be a dick. Are you on the spectrum a little bit?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
No, what the fuck? No.
It's all right.
I don't think so. Fuck.
Bro, we're all on the spectrum.
No, I don't think so. It's just the way the way I'm wired, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very literal. I observe a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Probably too much.
Real quiet.
Analysis or paralysis by analysis is like a huge thing I struggle with too. Just overthinking and but that comes down to being super over analytical with certain things and needing everything. That's where the OCD comes in for sure.
But you're like incredibly strong too.
What do you mean?
Just trying to piece it together, man.
Like mentally or
physically? You're a strong guy.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I'm just trying to piece you together, dude.
What? No, like I'm saying, like I'll be in my OBS right before I'm like going live or whatever, and I'm like fixated on these little things that I know nobody will notice, but I notice, and they have to be fucking perfect. And then I'll spend an extra 20 minutes fixing it, from a design aspect or something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, an hour and a half goes by, and I may not even feel like going live anymore. And then I'm like, I just don't stream. But then I see other people with just winging it. They're always fucking live doing stuff. And I envy that they just, how careless some people are. It's funny.
What content, what creators do that, Rob? Who's careless about their streams?
Oh, dude. I mean, there's a lot. But it works. So
For
like
who?
they benefit from it.
Who does?
Just being a little more lackadaisical.
No, I mean like who benefits? What's the person's name?
There's just so many I can't name.
Man, woman, them, they. Who are they?
We're not doing this, Aiden.
I'm just trying to figure out, man. I swear to God, I'm gonna try to find a cancelable moment. I don't even think that was even cancelable.
You had one last time.
What was it?
Shut the fuck up.
I don't remember.
You're not doing this shit.
Yeah.
You almost had me. When I meant to say,
a tiny creator. Oh yeah, that.
When I meant to say like creators that were like just starting.
Yeah, like
and accidentally said small creators.
Yeah, small worthless creators. Yeah, I remember it. I remember it. Well, now I got you saying Mark Clark's a nobody in Oregon. So
you said that. What are you talking about?
You said there was nobody in Oregon, and then you said
I'm surprised you know who Mark Clark is. That's interesting.
Yeah, I have a wide.
I thought you were like not really into that. That type of content, I guess.
What?
Who do you watch? I don't even know. Who are you?
The type of content I watch is a lot. I watch podcasts, bro. I watch people who have already made it. I can't watch these struggling small ass creators like who barely get like 50 subs a stream. I can't watch that shit. Their community is like struggling to pay the rent. If you ain't got a money spread, bro, I can't watch you. If you ain't got 50K in the bank, you ain't got my attention, bitch.
Jesus Christ.
No, I think I watch people who are a little bit bigger than me and just study what they do, like how they talk, like how they talk to people. Because it's always interesting what they're doing that I'm not doing.
Like from a host, like a
host perspective, yeah,
podcast perspective. Oh, that's a great idea.
I watch. Do you know who Pay Money Wubby is?
No.
I watch his streams. He's kind of fucked up. He
where does he stream?
Twitch, but he's like very.
What's his name? Pay Money
Wubby.
Okay.
I'll have to show you a video they made. He's not.
Wait, why are you smiling every time you say his name?
Because he's not like a role model. He's not an Aiden Ross, but he's definitely like, he questions a lot of bullshit that comes out. Like he made a video about cuties and he's like, everyone who thinks that this movie isn't about being a pedophile is a pedophile. I don't know if you remember the Netflix show.
Wasn't that a big topic? Like,
yeah, because like
recently,
yeah. Well, Sneeko loves cuties.
Like Sneeko and Moist Critical were talking about it.
Yeah, and Sneeko loves the movie because of where the guy stands.
Oh, really?
On it. Yeah, he like actively loves the movie. He's like, the movie's made me feel so disgusting, but I love it. And I was like,
damn,
it's not.
I don't even know much about it.
You don't need to. Just stay out. Just don't look it up. It's just fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, the content creators I watch are the people that my humor is based off of. So like pretty dumb, loud humor that if and that's where I go off of my content. If I'm laughing at it, that's what I think is funny. And I think that not a lot of people find that funny. Like I laugh at my own jokes a lot. Like a lot. Like if I can
find myself doing that sometimes and I'm like, I feel so corny, but I'm like,
oh, dude.
I'm like, I mean, all that really says is that I like what I made.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
or I like how it came out, or how I said a certain thing like worked perfectly, you know, or something. I don't know. It's hard to dissect, but yeah, I do that sometimes. And I'm like, I'll literally be like in my kitchen and I'll watch like an older video where I forgot even what I said in the video. And I'll find myself laughing at a certain part. And I'll sit there like, I'm such a fucking dork. Like, I'm really just sitting here laughing at me, dude. Like, what is this?
Yeah, we're funny.
But it's better than watching and being like, fuck, this sucked. You know, it's like, no, I'm laughing, I think, because I'm proud of like what I just watched, you know? So,
absolutely. And that's where like I don't know. I think that's where like, I don't think I'll ever be done making content. Maybe like streaming, I'll probably be done doing. But
it's crazy to me because to me, you're like a streamer.
Oh, that sucks.
No, yeah, but you don't have to be. I don't know what your idea of a streamer is, but I think I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I think you're a really good streamer. And I think when you're live, like you're entertaining, you like having conversations, like, you know, like you could like, yeah, I think you have everything that you need to like be successful with it. You know, if you just had if you had like 5,000 viewers, like it would be like nothing. You would just have an incredible time. It wouldn't be like, I'm not ready for this. It's like you could easily do that shit. So that's what I think of. What?
I just don't.
Do you not believe that?
No, not at all.
Why?
I don't want that. I don't want 5,000 viewers.
Really?
I really don't. It makes me nervous.
So you don't want to be known as like a streamer?
I don't want to be that known. I want to be known to where like I can still say some fucked up stuff from time to time and not be like canceled for it, or like not be in the public eye for saying something horrible, because that shit always freaks me out.
But you're getting better, right?
Yeah, but I still want to joke, like say some.
Yeah, I know.
Like I still want to have fun and like say like.
You can.
I feel like you have to go into comedian status at that point. Like you can't.
Well, if you're always joking around and shit, then maybe you are a comedian. Why don't you just embrace it? I mean, you are funny, right? You just never picture yourself as that.
Man, you did not believe anything you just said. You are funny.
No, you are. I mean,
right?
You're a funny guy.
Okay. So that was more confident.
You just don't believe it.
I don't. Not to an extent. Yeah. I think
because you pay attention to so many great comedians.
Absolutely. Because I watch like Bill Burr and Andrew Schultz and
yeah.
Like the great. They are my generation's the greats in my opinion. I think Dave Chappelle is always the greats, but like, dude. Yeah. I have been told that I remind people of he's like a super handsome comedian. He's like gorgeous, beautiful, handsome. I'm telling you, if you saw a picture, look up.
Oh, Jeselnik?
No, Matt Rife. He's white.
Oh yeah, Matt Rife's awesome.
Yeah,
he looks like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, somebody said that my humor's like his. I was like, what? And they're like, you like that? Like you do stuff like that? I was like, I'm not that sexual. I don't have sex that often.
Nah, you're not even. I don't see any parallel. It's a whole different type of thing. His whole thing is like a lot of relationship type stuff. He's not loud at all. I don't know. I don't see him. I don't know. Matt Rife, he's fucking funny. But
he's hilarious. Yeah.
He's fucking great. Yeah.
Would you,
dude? But going back to like your podcast though, when I brought that up about like when you started, like after watching your first couple ones, I think I told you this. I'm pretty sure I've told you this like multiple times, but I've always thought you could be like a massive podcast host if you just did it, you know, consistently and stuff.
I would love to have an interest in other people. I did reach out to other people who don't know me, and I was like, hey, I would love to have you on the pod. No response.
That'd be cool.
It's not that big though, man. Like,
well, just maybe like, did you mention other people you've had on the podcast or anything that like might be like?
I did.
Like relative to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, maybe they just didn't see it or something.
I said I'm about to have a girl named Steffi Evans on my podcast, and they were like, well, she's a woman in content creation, so she's not valid. I was like, what? And then they blocked me. It's kind of fucked up.
You can't reach out. Well, stop reaching out to Aiden. Get somebody else.
NSYL, Aiden? The Warzone content creator?
Who?
Aiden? You're talking about Aiden
No,
Ross.
Aiden Ross.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah. No, yeah, I think you could easily go crazy with this for sure.
I would like to. I like talking to people. I don't like talking to everyone though. If you're
Yeah, I don't like talking to everybody either.
But there's people who are interesting in the public eye, and I think it would blow my channel up to have them on the podcast. But I would have to be. That's the thing. I think I'm a little bit on the spectrum when it comes to this because I have to be interested in you. Otherwise, I cannot have a formed, fun conversation with you.
I respect that.
And some people
you could have a massive person on here and bring a lot of eyes, but if it's like a weird conversation, then it's like you brought a lot of eyes to like a weird conversation.
Interaction ever.
So yeah, I would stay true to your guns, and you know what I mean. Yeah. Don't force any of that kind of stuff. But I think you're. I mean, I've heard you have so many discussions with people over the years now that it's like just so obvious that you should be doing this. You know what I mean? And I literally listen to podcasts every single day on YouTube. It's the only thing I watch. So, you know, you kind of know which ones are good, which ones are bad, and who asks interesting stuff. But that's the thing with you, because I've done other podcasts and stuff, and they ask very like pretty generic questions. But I think with you get introspective and
generic questions can be found anywhere.
What's that?
Generic questions can be found anywhere. What got you into content creation? What'd you like about this? Do you like having an audience? Yeah, and yes. All of those. No. Yeah. No, I hate this job. No, I hate having my own schedule. No dip, Sherlock. Like, who is Rob? But that's the thing. It's like, I think.
But you're not interested in knowing who everyone is.
I'm not. Because there's some people who have personalities. They're like, I know how they got famous. They're over the top people. They're over the top content creators.
There's nobody that's like super successful where you just want to know how they did that.
No, because I think well, I mean, like, because I know that. I mean, they post like 3 times a day. They were making content. They saw what spiked. They kept doing that trend. They milk that trend till they get the audience that they want to do whatever.
Yeah, but there's probably a lot of nuance that you don't know.
Absolutely, there definitely is. I'm just not interested in it. Like, dude, I could talk to you. Okay, so
I guess what I'm saying is like you might be interested. Like it could develop into something really interesting, and you may not even know it unless you
talk to me about your posting schedule. How much do you post a day?
Me?
Yeah.
Try to do one a day.
Sorry. What? How much do you do?
Yeah, but don't ask that.
Yeah, I think the thing that I'm more because I know that. I think I know it. And I don't want to ask a viewer's question. Be like, so what did they have for breakfast? I don't give a fuck what you had for breakfast. I know you're a big guy who works out. My thing is like, what got you into, huh?
I didn't eat breakfast.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I haven't eaten today. Well, I had a protein shake, I guess.
Rob, bulimia is not the way to go.
No, I usually don't eat until like 1 or 2 p.m.
What time is it for you?
1:30.
Oh, that's right. You got like godly time. Okay.
How long have we been going?
I don't know. I don't care. I don't time these.
They're always like 10 hours long.
Good conversations and also a lot of ad revenue. But no, yeah. I think it's just I
think you could make it. I think you would become interested because everyone's story is different, dude. Honestly,
everyone is. But I've heard maybe this is where I get bored. There's always a story of like, man, did you hear about this guy? He was homeless and then he like gave himself a chance. He wrote a book and then like he became famous. You know how many stories there are of those people? Lots.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, the people are different, but it's different. You know why Logic sticks out to me as a rapper? Because he had a racist white mother and was biracial. And didn't do gang shit. And was a fucking nerd. That's why Logic sticks out to me as a rapper. How was his
mom racist?
Because she would call him the N-word.
Was his mom
white?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So that sticks out
Weird.
to me because he had like a crazy story.
Yeah.
Like that's where like I look at that and I'm like, oh, that is wild. I wonder how that would be to have a mother that just doesn't love you because of the color of your skin, even though she's like a fucking idiot in fucking black dudes.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah, that's why I love Logic. That's why I like when people are like, enough of the black over white shit. Like, I get it.
Yeah, he's always talking about that.
He's always talking about it. But at the same time, those were his formative years, so I understand. Is it annoying? Sure. I don't care anymore, but it was interesting that stuck out. I mean, and that's what same thing with Royce the 5'9". Royce the 5'9" and Eminem, two of the greatest rappers alive. Eminem looked at Royce the 5'9", who was a massive alcoholic, and was like, you know you can never talk to me if you have an issue, right? He was like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm just, if you ever have a problem with alcohol, like you can always talk to me. In a place where like rap being like one of the most like squandered, like feminine thing, like you have to be tough all the time. Eminem reached out to his best friend, was like, I'm a safe place for you, man, if you ever need anything. And then started his recovery journey from him not being an alcoholic. That's the shit that I care about.
Interesting.
Like
I didn't know that either.
Like if Big Rob Energy starts smoking crack and goes on a downhill spiral, and then he's on the uphill, that's the shit that I'm going to be excited to talk about. I was like, what was it like smoking crack? And Rob's going to be like, it's like gambling for me. This is the biggest
I'll make sure to pencil you in when I'm cracked out. You should have Bad Bear back on here.
Bad Bear doesn't do content.
Well, that's a whole story in itself, isn't it?
Not really.
He said he battled depression, went through a super hard time, and yeah, dude, he'd be a fucking awesome guest. And it's full circle, dude, right?
Is it?
Yeah, didn't he kind of like get you into this shit, sort of? Or like help you? He was like the first. No, I wouldn't say that. But
he held out an extended hand for sure.
But he was like, he is the reason I know who you are. That's how the first time I ever saw you.
Yeah, I would love to have him on, but I don't know what I talk about. But I would ask intrusive questions. Like that's where I'm like, so how's married life? Like, what was that like going through a divorce during content creation? Like,
yeah, that's a good conversation.
Not everyone wants to fucking have that conversation because it's a personal life.
Fuck. You think Joe Rogan prompts his guests with every single thing?
Joe Rogan could. I promise you, Joe Rogan could ask you to have sex with your spouse on camera, and you might think about doing it because you're like, well,
yeah. But do you think
it's Joe Rogan?
His episodes are like 4 hours long. You think he goes in every single one being like, what can I not bring up? He might say that actually. He might be like, what should I not bring up? But
well, that's why with you, I think religion and politics is something you don't really want to go into, so I steer clear from that. But I would
not at all.
But if it was a safe topic that I could just like ask any question, I definitely would. Because like with Deadly Dill, like when we do a podcast again, I'm gonna ask him, and I'm having TTV preacher guy TTV. Like I wanted to have him on, be like, do you think that as a Christian, like I just have questions that are intrusive, and I think that's one of the things that like
I think those are just good questions though.
Yeah.
As long as you're respectful by doing it, I don't think there's any issue. But that's a good question. Where you're like, whoa, wow, let me think about that.
Yeah.
Because everybody, the surface level questions, like all that, nobody really cares, man.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why I like getting to know more of you, because like you are a pretty open book. Like I think if I made you uncomfortable, you would let me know. And I think there's some people who wouldn't let me know, and they would go, hey, could you cut that part of the podcast? I really didn't want to answer that. And I was like, oh, why didn't you say no? Because it would have been awkward. I would have been fine. Like that's where I'm able to go with the flow with everything. Like if you start getting heated about questions about having sex publicly, I would have been like, gotcha, we'll head off it.
No, I literally just don't have any good stories about that.
Yeah, you want to talk about it. I get it.
No,
sure.
Very vanilla.
I'm pretty sure that text that you sent me was a screenshot, but it's fine.
What?
No, I don't know. I think talking to you is just easy because I think I'm privileged to have you on as much as that you want to come on, because this is our time to talk. Like this is our girl time. But
dude, yeah. No, the reason I'm on is because I want to be on.
Yeah.
I love this kind of stuff, dude.
Same. I would love to have this with other people. I think that there's always a feeling of a gotcha moment with this shit, because that's all content creators do, is they clip things out of. Well, the content creators that I know, by the way, not every single one of them, because the circle
big media companies. And yeah, I understand that for sure.
We all know that John's funded by Big Pharma.
Definitely. Obviously.
Have you ever smoked weed before?
I did. I've had a weed gummy twice, but it didn't do anything. And then I think I had someone's like pen or something at a bachelor party, but that like didn't do anything. So that's pretty much it. I've never like had a joint or done a bong like you.
Bong. Oh, that's the big tube that you suck on your mouth?
That thing you do every night, yeah.
I smoke weed? No. I'm too anxious.
No, I never did though. I've always liked having a very clear mind. That's like the biggest thing. But then again, I mean, if I go out, if it's like, you know, a special occasion, like I'll definitely be drinking and whatever. But other than that, like I rarely ever have alcohol. Like, yeah, I rarely drink, really. It takes a long time for me to like feel a buzz, so that's probably the main reason. Honestly, like it takes a lot.
Not for me.
Like I need if I'm drinking like, you know, seltzers or something, I need at least 10. Like all jokes aside, like at least 10 to like be like, wow, I feel something.
10?
So yeah, so it's a complete waste of, you know, that's 1,000 calories. So but yeah, even like beers, if I'm gonna drink like Coors Lights or something, I probably need at least like 6, you know. So it's like, what are we doing here? So if I go out to a restaurant to eat lunch or something, like I'll never get a drink. There's no point. And each drink is $8. It's like, what the fuck? Why?
So you don't like it for the taste, or just for the taste?
No. I like energy drinks for the taste. I have other supplements that are, you know, you just put them in your water and it makes them taste good. So that's easy. But yeah. I never really got into weed or anything. That's another thing. Going back to my sister though, like she was always into weed, you know, growing up and stuff. And also with sports, I was always like pretty out of shape during like my middle school days, and both of my parents smoked cigarettes. So I was like, I had a lot of secondhand smoke for sure. And then I was also sort of overweight. So I'd always be like in conditioning with sports. I would always like perform really poorly and my lungs would be like going crazy. So like the thought of like ever smoking anything, I just never really had that desire to do that. And I always wanted to like be the best I could at athletics. So I just never really got into that. But yeah, that was definitely that played a big role for sure. And then I never really had a lot of friends that were really into it either. So that was probably a big role too. Like all my friends in town, they would drink alcohol, but nobody, I've never had like any good friends near me consistently that were just really into smoking, you know. If I did, I probably would, you know.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I just never had that influence around me or anything.
I smoked weed once, and I understand the draw to it, but I also got very anxious, and I thought that somebody was going to kill me. For a split second.
Yeah, I heard there's like 2 different ways it can go.
It wasn't like as dramatic as that statement sounds, but like there was a moment I was like chilling and just leaning on a wall, and then like a thought came in that was like, everyone around you is playing this out. They're going to kill you. And
no
then
way.
As soon as that thought came in, the other thought was like, hey, that's not real. And then like I went back to like normal. I was like,
whoa. Yeah, I heard the paranoias can be crazy, but I don't know what that's like.
I'm just anxious. I'm an anxious person. I think that's something that I struggle with.
I get anxious a lot.
Yeah.
So.
I think this last year has really fucked me up with the whole divorce thing and having to be on the edge of my feet. Like, dude, I was so scared to post on anything on social media. Like,
about that?
Everything. I always had eyes
general?
watching on me. I had people watch. I still have people watching me who don't like me. And so they'll use everything, like make threats, be like, well, if you post this type of shit, I'm going to contact my lawyer. And I was like, this can't get me in trouble.
Family, like former family and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Like they're really, really aggressive. I actually got my first death threat from ex-father-in-law. It's fun.
The fuck?
Oh, dude, it's
Jeez.
wild. This year's been nuts. I'm more open to talk about it now because like it's on its way being over. Well, the children to a divorced wife is not on its way to be over, but the whole having to be around bullshit is on its way to being over and be away.
Damn, dude.
Oh, but that's what's crazy is that story's nuts and like going around it, but like what's even crazier is that this isn't like a one and done situation. This isn't like a very rare situation. This happens all the fucking time. Like
to you or to everybody?
To a lot of men.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
A lot of men where they like it's wild, dude. By the way, don't join support groups for people who are going through pain. That shit is sad, and sometimes those people never get out. Don't do it.
I think a lot of times I try to have like with my friends in conversation, there's 90% of it's like just stupid bullshit, laughing about surface level stuff. But I think I've had a very deep conversation with probably every friend I have.
Yeah.
To show them, I want to show them that they can do that with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's super important. And that I almost think that's the difference between having just an acquaintance or a decent friend and having like a very close friend is knowing you could go to them with that type of stuff and you could be vulnerable and it's not funny, it's like a serious thing. And yeah, I've always tried to express that to all my close friends for sure. And I'm pretty sure they all know that, but I try to extend myself first and bring up something vulnerable or whatever to show them that it's okay. But no, it's important, dude, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's, I also think there's I think that's might be the only difference that I have with people who need to be responsible with the shit that they're going through. Because when I was going through that year of my life, nobody knew. And there's a reason why, because I also
I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, to an extent, like you knew I was having a rough time, but I don't think I didn't want anyone to really know what was going on because one, I needed finances at the time and I was really struggling for work. And then if I had said some of that shit publicly, like what I'm going through now, I think there would have been a reaction to, hey, let's help John, let's give. And I don't ever want people to give out of pity or to make sure John's okay. I think I would love people to give out of like, I want to see more content like this, stuff like that. I'd never want people to give out of a need or a necessity. Like I need this money from you. Like makes me feel weird. Makes me feel gross. I think I'm emotionally mature enough to understand that there are content creators who do that. They spout all their, like we watched this, there's a guy who went after me called the Major Nerd and he like attacked me multiple times. And we went through this morning actually. And I was like, this is a creator who knows exactly what he's doing. And he made like a video of like, well,
this morning?
Yeah. So I went live on TikTok and like just chatted with him. So not everyone's bitter and jaded that I don't talk TikTok chat when I'm live because I don't go fuck. But he like went on a video and like showed, he was like, well, me and my kid are like having to get kicked out of our house because we don't have enough rent. And if you guys could do something, man, it'd be awesome. I was like, get a job at that point. Like get an actual 9-to-5 job. Like, yeah, that's fucked up. Like for me, because I see it would be so easy to be like, hey guys, I'm really having a hard time with rent, and you got
to take responsibility at some point.
Well, but I also don't want to stop doing content creation. So could you pay me money?
Yeah.
Then it creates like an awkward dynamic of like, okay,
fuck so yeah, it does.
So now we need to take care of you. Like we need to do this because if not, like you and your kid don't have a place to live because you're a shit person.
Yeah, that's fuck.
But that's the dynamic though sometimes, man. That's why
I could see that for sure.
And I think that's
like, if you really care about me, like give me money.
Oh dude, it's out there. And it's very well worded.
I can't even think about it without being like, I don't know. It's weird. It's just so unrelatable.
But there's people who would happily give and be like, well, hey, fuck yeah, man.
For
like,
sure.
I'll take care of you. Like, I got you. I'll help. It's like, oh, thank you so much, man. You really did. And then it creates like a savior complex for that viewer of like, I saved them, so I'm gonna keep them going. I'm like, dude, this is gross. This is gross, man. Like,
people probably love that too in a weird way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it takes.
I was there for them, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, it's more of like
and then you wonder, and then I can't help but think some of these people, after doing that, say you do that once and you have like a lot of success and like all these people help you, I wouldn't be surprised if they do it fucking more often and they just make shit up.
Yeah. No,
like, man, I'm barely get a rent. Meanwhile, they're like, can easily pay their rent, you know?
After they bought some dumb shit and then they're like, oh, well, that's where, again,
greed, dude.
I think that's where like, I've tried to be transparent with everything I make and be like, hey, I appreciate it. Like what I'm doing this massive giveaway over on Kick. I was like, if we reach 500 subs this week or this month, I'll give away this because I can, because I have that much money or made through that. And I think one of the things that's difficult to not do is not difficult to not do. I think it would be easy to be able to be like, hey, man, guys, can't do this content creation anymore because I'm not making that much money. If you guys could like supplement it, a good content, like I feel like good content creators and good content like brings in the audience automatically, and they're like, I want to see more of this shit. Like, here you go.
Yeah,
like it just funds itself.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, I think that's also when people need to understand, be like, maybe this isn't cut out for me, and like let go of that.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, this is a sign that like it should never get to this point.
Yeah. And
you know,
there's actually,
especially when your family's involved and stuff, it's like, fuck, dude, this is way more than like,
oh yeah, at that point, like,
me not being able to afford my rent. It's like, dude, I'm affecting, like, if I had a kid, you know.
Well, no, that's what you gotta wonder, man. It's like, is my lifetime goal of worth being a content creator worth stressing my kids out?
Yeah, no way.
No, absolutely not. Like, that's not okay. Like, do I want to provide a house, and I want to be able to provide so their childhood can be a fucking childhood and not like a, well, daddy was making these funny dance videos on TikTok and begging people. And then over time, like, wow, daddy was a fucking loser. Like,
yeah, when they grow up and they they grow up and they realize like what you're actually doing.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, because man, I mean, I never had that, so it's like I never had that, so I feel like with my dad, like he worked his ass off constantly, even to the point where like he just is now retiring, and so it's like he's on his way out, but he's still working, and he's 65. Yeah. Like, dad just grew up.
My dad's 65 too.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. And then he's like, even him like trying to understand what I do. He's like, as long as you're working hard and doing a good job at it, just keep going. He goes, you're working hard doesn't have to be manual labor, but just try. Just do your best. Put out, if it's making content every day, put out a fucking video every day. Put it out 3 days a week. Put it out 3 times a day. Do it. You have all that time in the day, and that night, maybe chill, do a stream, whatever, make more money. Like that's where his mindset connects with mine. Cause I'm like, yeah, I want to do as much as I can. He's like, then do it. Doesn't have to be manual labor. Work smarter, not harder. Like, you have AI to write scripts. Like, when I told him that, like, the Chat GPT thing, like, could write scripts for me, he's like, that's genius. That's wild.
Dude, my wife just found out what Chat GPT is. Because she has nothing to do with, like, our world. You know, she's just a very casual person. But she just found out what it is. And she's like, do you know what Chat GPT is? And I'm like, kinda. But, like, I know it's AI and, you know, I could do certain things for you and stuff. And she was just showing me, she was like texting one of her best friends back and forth about it because her friend just found out about it.
Yep.
And they're like, look at what I can do. And like, her friend's a nutritionist, and ChatGPT can write a whole meal plan for you if you just type in the amount of protein you need, the amount of carbs you need, the amount of fats you need in a day. It can like write a whole meal plan out for you. Good. Which is incredible. But she was like showing her all these things. I'm like, yeah, you should see some of these AI illustrations I have on my desktop. You can literally just write in a prompt like, you know, streamer wearing shirt with headphones on and drinking a drink whatever with lightning in the background, and all of a sudden it gives you this artwork, and it lets people just literally
Your wife's like
think about shit.
Your wife's like an accidental boomer. She's like a young boomer.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think every time we have our discussions, it makes me think of how advanced like our whole world is with like technology. Like you think, like I think I'm very normal compared to like everybody. I'm like, yeah, I'm just use a computer and whatever. But then you talk to like even our friends in town, like none of them do this shit. They have no idea what I'm talking about. I'll tell them about like, you know, how the content world works and algorithms and all this tech shit. And they're just like blown away. Like you can just tell they have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. And then I think like, dude, I guess I am pretty advanced with all this stuff. I mean, it is my world, but yeah, you forget, how advanced everybody is in this world. So that's funny. But hearing her like, or seeing her like be so surprised by like AI just cracked me up.
Yeah. No, I remember you did the series of was it Call of Duty call outs with your wife?
Oh yeah, like what does this mean and stuff?
When someone's down, it's like someone's down to go down on you. I was like, oh.
I was like, what is?
Nope.
I was like, what does GGs mean? And she was like, genius gamer.
Yeah.
He means good girl. Yeah, all that. That shit was funny. I wish we still did that stuff, but
do it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Why don't you bring it back?
I don't know. She's too high up at her job. I don't want to jeopardize anything.
Jeopardize it. You're her husband.
Yeah, but her job.
So what? But you're her spouse.
What does that have to do with anything?
You own her.
Dude. All right.
You said you like watching Andrew Tate.
John Tate.
That's what it is.
You kind of look like Andrew Tate.
Fuck off, man.
Are you related?
I wish I had his body. I mean,
you have the same ideals.
I jokingly have the same ideals from time to time. I'm not
Are you
gonna
still
lie.
going to the gym?
No.
You had like a stint of like working out.
Yeah, because I was happy, and then got sad again. And then I don't go to the gym.
That's why you're sad.
I know that's why I'm sad.
Yeah.
Actually,
you literally cannot be sad when you leave a gym because of endorphins.
I feel like that's a bullshit take.
It's not. All the endorphins get released when you're doing physical activity afterwards.
What if you do a shit workout? I've literally watched people be like, man,
you'll feel incredible when you're done.
No, people have literally
it's science.
No,
dude. It's not me.
No, I know it's
scientifically.
Okay.
You cannot leave the gym unhappy.
Then why do people put out those tweets to be like, man, my pump wasn't good in the gym, like I wasn't hitting my reps, like I didn't lift up 12
they want
bitches
attention.
on my...
When they left the gym, they were really stoked they went. They felt good.
Are you invalidating people's opinions?
Yeah.
Like Papa Swolio?
Go to the fucking gym.
Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy that looks like an inflatable action figure? Joey Swole.
So
Joey Swole.
Oh,
the guy who's like
Swole, yeah.
canceling all those women who were like trying to cancel men.
His whole story is funny, dude, because he got canceled like 6 years ago, and nobody knows about that version of him.
What was he doing?
But that's a whole thing.
What did he do?
Well, he was a part of the most scumbag supplement company in the world. When fitness was popping off back in like 2015, 2016, they were like the first supplement company to really use social media and use Instagram, and like they crushed it. But everybody involved got exposed for like photoshopping all their photos. All their supplements were dog shit. They had bodyguards at like fitness expos when they didn't need them. Like they were the most cornball, cheeseball, bullshit supplement company ever.
I mean, look.
And he was the head of it. He was the head of the whole entire thing, and he would get exposed for tons of different things. And then nowadays he's like the white knight of like the fitness industry. It's like really fascinating. But he seems like a great guy now. I follow him on Twitter and he's cool and shit.
Yeah.
But back in the day, he was getting destroyed online all the time for all the things that he and everybody else was doing. So, but nobody knows that. You know what I mean? Once you do all these, he has a completely different.
We all do now,
and
Rob.
It seems, huh?
We all do now, Rob. Thanks to you. You're about to get this man canceled again.
Well, I mean, if you YouTube his name, there's podcasts and stuff he was on about like explaining yourself and like, all this stuff, dude. It's so, but I used to be in the fitness world, so I remember all that.
Yeah.
Everybody else that was never a part of that era they know the new him.
Did you ever want to be that big? Would you ever want to be that big as him?
No, I've been trying to lose weight for fucking 15 years now.
You wouldn't want to be that shredded?
Oh, being shredded like that'd be cool. But being like so muscular and stuff, that would suck.
I don't know the difference of what you're saying.
Being shredded is just low body fat, but being like actually that muscular and jacked and arms that big and everything that big, like that's not cool to me. That wouldn't be nice to have, in my opinion. But being lower body fat, yeah, that'd be awesome.
So you wouldn't take your shirt off for the podcast right now?
No.
Why not?
Fuck no.
You work out.
Well, first of all, that's just not my style whatsoever. Second of all, we'd get banned for nudity.
No, we wouldn't. We're male.
I'm not doing that for your satisfaction.
We compare bodies and see which chat likes more.
No, dude.
I don't know. If you're nervous, man, just let me know.
I would never do that.
God,
you do it.
I'll do it if you do it. You're like my big brother.
Oh.
Just pop a titty.
Are you streaming on Kick later or what?
Yeah, probably. You're so uncomfortable.
What time are you going live?
I don't fucking know, bro. Probably like 12 p.m., 12 a.m.
I was going to join I think Big E's doing one of those like podcast things.
Yeah. Yeah, he won't do mine. I begged him. He's the guy I was
You
going
want
to
to do your podcast?
No, he said you're too.
You got to pay.
Yeah, I was like, what? And he said, I'm the Kick CEO, bitch. I said, okay. How much money? And he goes, you don't have it. I said, how many
That's
zeros?
kind of funny. The CEO of Kick went by his stream and
I heard they was getting some shit for it at first. People were like, take that out of your fucking name.
It's just one person.
What a fucking
just one
loser.
person. One person did, but then he's had like 6 other staff members that all thought it was funny. So
yeah, what a
and the actual CEO thought it was funny.
Yeah,
so
because
like,
it is funny because it's hilarious.
You can't say anything anymore.
No, you can't say.
Yeah, it's funny.
Also,
he's crushing it on there. It's good to see.
He's doing great. I think that okay. Nothing against Big E. I think he does great content no matter what. I think numbers do help people's mentality create better content. I think the numbers.
Fuck yeah, I'm way more inspired when my shit's doing well.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
My YouTube channel has been like fucking dead for like 4 months. I literally just posted a couple videos the other day that did really well and are actually climbing, not as fast as like they were last year, but they're climbing obviously like thousands a day, which has been a very rare thing the past like 3 months for a couple different reasons. But seeing those numbers, I feel like ignited on the inside to make more stuff. Like I'm actually excited to make more stuff because I can do that again. It's happening right now. I can replicate that right now instead of things flopping and me sitting here being like, fuck dude, I guess I'll make another video that'll probably flop. Like, can't wait to make this video. Now I'm like back to almost how I used to feel last year when I would get 20,000 videos in 40 minutes or 20,000 views in 40 minutes. You know what I mean? I feel that like, let's go. Like I want that more. Like everything's fucking on fire right now. So
yeah.
Yeah, when your numbers are higher, dude, you definitely, everybody feels like that for sure.
So
is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna. Well, that's where. Yeah, because I thought it was crazy because I've never seen him so energetic on a stream. Except
I texted him that
when he's been on.
I told him I haven't seen him this happy in years.
Yep.
And it's very obvious. But when you're streaming, dude, I mean, I guess I'll speak for myself, but I think this is normal. When you're live, like all you really want is people to be in there and to have a conversation and somebody to talk to and hang out with. That's all you really want, dude.
I have so many lurkers. Like I have so many people who just watch, and I'm like, I would love it if you guys would just talk, just a few.
Yeah,
just
like that's like why you're live. Really, that's a big part of it. You know what I mean? Like at least for me, but like the only thing I ever get anxious about is going live and being like, who's gonna show up? You know, and I don't think I've ever had a stream where like no one showed up, but I just, for some reason, that's the only thing that really crosses my mind. Like I'm about to go live. Like how many people are going to show up? Is anybody going to show up? What if I don't have anything to talk about? what if we talk about everything? What if I fuck, you know what I mean? It's like that type of stuff. So to have people in there and the chat's going and people are reacting to things you're saying, and you know, you could, and they're asking questions and, you know, continuing the conversation, like,
Yeah.
that's the best, man. That's, as a streamer, that is the best thing you could possibly have.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But yeah, I think most people would agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen, but he's yeah, I think he's streamed like 24 days in a row now.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of times, like multiple times a day. Like he's like live, like every time I open Kick, he's usually live.
Yeah.
Doing shit
For like 12 hours. It's crazy.
Yeah. Like he'll casually go for 10 hours, which is, I think my biggest stream ever was like 10 hours. That was like a charity stream or something. So
you should do a subathon. I'd love to see that.
But he crushes it. He crushes it, dude. Like, it's awesome to see because I know he is super happy. And since I met him, he's been streaming, and I always thought he was like, I always said this too out loud, like in public, but I always thought he was like one of the best streamers I know. Just his personality and how he goes about things and just all these different things he has, and he's just fucking good at it. So to see him have this like rejuvenation on a platform is like, as a friend, I guess mainly, it's just really nice to see. Yeah. You know, and I know he's stoked doing it because he always wanted that other places, you know, all the time, I guess. And now he has it, and it's cool. So yeah. Seeing my homies like succeed in anything just, you know, makes me happy.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
All right.
But
well, I think that's all I have to ask you, because I don't give a fuck.
All right, dude.
No, wait.
I gotta go shave my beard.
No, don't. Come on, bro. How much money are they paying you
to
shave your beard? How much money are they paying you?
Huh?
How much money are they paying you to shave your
I'm
beard?
telling you. Use code Big Rob.
How many zeros?
Manscaped.com.
How many zeros?
Manscaped.com.
2.
20% off. Free shipping.
3.
That includes free international shipping.
4.
And you get 2 free gifts.
5
and they have a beard
zeros?
kit now. Huh?
6 zeros?
No.
Will you text it to me?
No.
You wouldn't tell me?
I'll text you a discount code.
No. Whatever. Okay, plug your shit, motherfucker.
Honestly, it's not that crazy. All my social media is Big Rob Energy. That's pretty much it.
All right. I appreciate you. I appreciate you talking.
Cool.
Chat, if you haven't, I'm going to give him some time. If you guys have any questions for Rob, ask the questions. I'm going to go piss while they're asking questions because they take.
I can't even see the chat.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. I'm going to go piss. I'm going to give him a second. And then I'll ask you the questions that they ask. Okay? So I don't know how to fucking work this shit. Okay?
I wish I could talk to them. I can't see the. Okay. It's all good.
Rampage is asking you, when are you trying out for the Ravens?
When am I trying out for the Ravens? Yeah. Dude. I should be playing on Sundays. I'm not gonna lie, man. I feel like I could play fullback, no problem. I also really think Lamar Jackson's gonna come back to the Ravens, which when his like news dropped, I thought for sure he was gone, like factually gone. But apparently no teams want him on their team, and they don't want to give up 2 first-round draft picks and whatever. But yeah, I just can't picture the Ravens without Lamar. It's just so weird. I could honestly see Rampage playing like wide receiver though. Wide receiver, maybe a little free safety action. I could see that. No doubt. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs picked up Lamar Jackson either. Because the Chiefs are one of those teams that has like unlimited cap space, which I never understand. There's always like 1 or 2 teams every year that have like unlimited cap. And it makes no sense. They just signed, like the Rams were that a couple years ago. Is signing people non-stop. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Meanwhile, the Ravens can't even sign a new placeholder. Oh shit, he's back, you guys. What's John yelling about now? Why do you guys watch this guy? Why do you watch him? Seriously.
All right.
I would never watch him. Oh shit.
Facts matter. People's opinions should be invalidated because they want attention. Was a try for it. Tell Rob that I could play ass back. That's about it.
I said Rampage should be playing wide receiver for the Ravens.
All right, guys. These are more questions for Rob, not Rob's opinion on sports.
I'll give opinions.
I don't give a fuck about your opinion.
Okay.
They're supposed to ask questions that I should have asked.
I answered. I just talked about football.
Yeah, I know. Because that had something to do with you.
All right.
Like, when are you joining the Ravens? Not,
Cool,
hey,
dude.
Rob, when will you have sex with me? Because that's what they're asking right now.
Who said that?
A lot of them. I had to delete the comment.
I bet.
They're like, hey, Rob, when are you going to take your shirt off for John? Because he's wasted a lot of time talking to you right now.
TwitchCon Paris.
Is that a thing?
We going? Yeah, that's
no,
where TwitchCon is.
I'm not going. No, it's not. It's in fucking...
No, there's one in Paris.
Yeah, I'm not going to Paris. If I can't
Why?
go to one to see you guys locally...
You're a streamer, though.
Absolutely not. That doesn't mean
Who's going to
anything.
be able to go to that? Like,
Perry people.
even Vegas is expensive, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think people realize it. Like, San Diego made so much more sense.
I just want people to know that when you pay your streamer, they're going to see their friends and not you. Like, when you guys pay like a bunch of money to a streamer, like, they're going to see their friends. I'm responsible with the money you guys give me. I pay my bills, keep my kids alive. I don't fuck around with this. Okay? So the money you guys should be giving me that you give to them.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
That was not a lie. You mentioned you wanted to lose weight for now. What's your ideal goal weight?
Probably 260.
That's pretty heavy for me.
I think I'd be pretty in pretty damn good shape if I had 260, maybe 250s. So yeah, right now I think this morning I was like 283.
So you're telling me your weight, but not how much money you make?
What? What are you talking about?
That's a weird bunch of morals. Pop a titty out? I already asked him to do that. When's the big Rob versus John Cena boxing match?
ASAP.
I would do that if I got paid.
How much?
10,000.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I need to cover rent.
I think I'd do it for free.
I know you would.
Yeah.
Be free
Just for
content for
fun.
you. Yeah, I need to
For
build
fun.
up my brand back as like, hey.
No content, just for fun.
So you like
I
hitting
wouldn't record any of it.
You like hitting little girls. That's because that's essentially what you would be doing. You'd beat the shit out of a little child. Me.
Yeah. Well,
How many free punches can I get on you before you do that?
as many as you want.
You only get one punch?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I get as many as I want.
Nah, I can't do that.
I would give you probably 20.
20 punches?
20 punches, me just standing there, gloves down.
Can I put like lead in
And
the
then it's
glove?
my turn.
Oh, shit. No, I don't want to do that. That's fucking terrifying. No,
You couldn't knock me out in 20 punches.
No. Are you kidding me?
Dude.
Look at this.
Beast.
No, it's not.
You got a little bicep peak action going. I see it.
Stop. Bro,
Hit the fucking gym.
Yeah. Maybe when I beat
Go to the
this-
fucking gym.
Maybe
dude.
when I
You feel
beat
way
this
better.
depression, Rob.
Stop. Well, it's because you're staying up super late,
No,
drinking energy drinks at 2 a.m.
No, I'm not.
Get
Not
to the
anymore.
fucking gym, dude.
I do.
Get your sleep. Get your testosterone up. You'll be good.
Praise Jesus every day. That's what I do for the gym. When are you playing Halo next? Yeah, when are you maining Halo next?
Jesus Christ. I'm down for more like custom games. Those are fun.
Same.
I just don't know if people want to, but I'd be down to like do that again.
I'm always down to do that. I think you'd enjoy
I
it.
actually, I literally don't even have Halo downloaded.
No, I delete all games I don't play. Oh,
I have
also,
to re-download it.
news just came out because I just got a text while pissing. Was that COD anti-cheat is officially hitting people that have Cronus. So it's actually working.
Oh, interesting.
Because
And
Cronus
they also have a clip. They have a clip system now. You see that?
What?
So So if I'm playing and you kill me, right, and it looked super sus, I guess somehow they can you can like send a clip of it or something to like Activision, and they can like review the clip.
Oh, thank God. Why don't they just get a anti-cheat that actually works? That'd be cool. Or ban consoles.
I don't know, dude.
Oh my God.
I don't think I go against many cheaters though. I rarely ever think someone's cheating.
Yeah, I don't either. I play with a lot of friends who think that everyone's cheating though. That shit drives me insane.
So annoying, dude. Or it's like people all I'll literally run like 300 yards to hunt somebody down, and I'll kill them, and they'll be like, "Fucking rat, dude! Fucking camping." I'm like, really? Like, I just saw you so far away and came after you, and you like, what are you talking about? Like, your ass.
Oh, that sounded a little jaded. It sounded like it came from a bitter place, Rob. You don't like that? Okay, do you actually like the COD community or no? As a majority.
Do I like them?
Yeah.
Indifferent.
You like what they do to your bank account?
I like a lot of people within it, but anything Call of Duty related, I'm like, it's like entertainment, but I'm like, all right, I don't really give a fuck. Like the last like big major updates, like I didn't play them for like 5 days after them.
Yeah.
So that tells you everything.
I think they're
like they never get me excited.
no, I'm never excited. Like one of my buddies is like excited right now. I'm like, dude, stop. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's not good, bud. They will find a way around an anti-cheat. There'll be a Cronus X version 2.
Yeah.
It'll get released.
Well, Engine owning was, I think they lost a huge lawsuit.
Yeah.
Versus Activision.
Yeah.
But there's still a thing somehow.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's still happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
But overall, man, I appreciate you. I'm excited for this podcast. I enjoy them a lot. If you want to,
it's always a lot of fun, man.
If you want to form another podcast called Obnoxiously Honest, or not
Obnoxiously Honest.
Yeah.
Or no.
Oh, obnoxiously thoughtful.
Obnoxious and thoughtful. Or no, it was thoughtful and obnoxious.
Thoughtfully obnoxious.
Thoughtfully, no, it was thoughtful and obnoxious.
Was it?
That's what you said.
I don't know if I said that.
Yeah.
No.
You're like, wait, can I both be thoughtful and obnoxious?
It was thoughtfully.
No, because I know for a fact I said out loud T and O. That doesn't even make sense.
You're gaslight.
Learn the definition of that word.
I did from streamers.
They all use it wrong.
Yeah. You know
Everyone uses it wrong.
What type of group do you think they belong to? It's the last cancelable moment it gives you.
Who?
The people who use gaslight wrong.
What group do they belong to?
Yep.
The group that needs to go back to fucking school.
I'm never gonna get you. God, how do you have these answers pre-recorded so perfectly? Anyway,
I don't know. If you don't know what a word means, go back to class.
That's true. All right, I'm gonna stop the stream. Guys, love you so much. Make sure to follow Rob on all of his socials. Big Rob Energy on Kick, on
Let's go
on YouTube,
on Kick,
on we plugging that?
Everything
on Twitch, on TikTok, on
not
Pornhub.
Twitch. I'm not streaming Twitch.
He's never streaming Twitch. Fuck Twitch, bro. Are you actually not streaming Twitch?
No, I haven't streamed there since last like August or something.
You would never stream there again?
No, there's no point. Every time I see somebody going live on Twitch, Twitter now, I have no idea why. I think it's the weirdest thing ever.
Why? Do you think it's all about the money?
Because why are you live on there when there's way more opportunity and stuff on Kick? You can't get your fucking Twitch followers to follow you over? Like,
no, because they're all...
I just don't get it. It's weird to me. Like, you want it... Like, you know people are going to sub to you on Twitch. They'll sub to you on Kick. And you'll get twice as much, and you just don't want to do that, or what?
Let me open your eyes to some viewers that I've had in my community. They take a lot... I'm eating Starburst because I'm a child.
Ooh, those are good. Which one?
Real fruity ones.
What color was it?
Pink.
Okay. Sometimes I eat those with the wrapper like still kind of on them.
Rob?
It's fiber.
That's not fiber. You need to go to school, buddy. That's... Oh boy. You know, with the wrapper on, you fucking caveman.
Sometimes you peel it off and you're like, nah.
No,
okay.
That's not what happens. Also,
Biodegradable.
dude, okay. I think you're one of the lucky few. I think your audience base has common sense, and I think most, there's some communities don't have that. So there are people who will not sub on a certain platform, and they won't follow you because they have to download another app, and they don't want to do it. So they'll come back once you're back on the platform.
That's just,
Tell me your
you
opinion.
know, I don't know. I think if you're not willing to put in that just minimal amount of effort to like support somebody you truly care about, then it's all fake.
I agree. It is
I don't
all
know.
fake.
Like everybody that I'm a huge fan of, I would easily do that shit.
I agree. I'd follow them to the ends of the earth.
You guys spent 10 seconds to put your fucking login in.
Yeah. Fucking.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
How many apps you got on your goddamn phone?
Too
What's
many.
one more?
Yeah. What's a green
Download
one?
another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's green. Same app.
Same thing.
Yeah. You're
Fucking
paying the same money.
pay me money.
Yeah.
And actually, you're paying less money if you're on mobile because Kick doesn't take a percentage of. You don't have to pay an extra $1 for the mobile app.
That's right.
Bitches.
Is that what it is on Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh.
Show me a money
Really?
spread, Rob. Show me that money spread.
No.
You have one?
Do I have a money spread?
Yeah. Do you just have a wad of cash that you can spread out?
I hate having cash. Every time I have cash, I have to spend it all.
Do you have crypto?
Oh, what the fuck do I look like? What?
Nothing. Do
Did you get any Doge?
No.
Simp.
Do you have crypto or don't you?
No. I never got into it.
All right,
Not educated enough.
That last chance trying to cancel you. What do you think about Elon Musk?
I think he's cool. I don't know. I don't know much about him. I actually didn't realize how many people disliked him until he started running Twitter. I honestly thought everyone loved it.
They did.
And then I found out that apparently millions of people hate him. I had no idea that was ever
They didn't
the
name
sentiment.
him until he got Twitter.
And I still don't even really know why they hate him.
This is probably as far as political as I'll go, but he started leaning right, and that's it.
Oh.
And also, people found out that he works the shit out of his employees, which is makes sense.
You see the videos of the former Twitter employees?
No.
Like the day in the life vlogs of them at work?
No. What was it?
Oh my God. Literally
Was
no
it real?
work. Oh, it was real. They're in the headquarters going around. They have like nap time and they have like movie time, and then they make lunch and then
That's not real, bro.
No, it's a real video.
There's movie time. What are they, fucking 5?
They weren't working at any moment. And they would show up late, leave super early. That was like a day in the life at Twitter. I'm sure it's on YouTube for sure. I'll find it in a second.
Elon Musk, retweet this if it's true.
It looks fake. It's ridiculous. I think people do the same kind of shit at like Facebook and shit.
Well, Facebook is actively trying to get. Okay, we're diving into some scary territory, which I am not educated enough to talk about.
Yeah, let's sign off.
Anyways, guys, I'm in the live stream. Watch me on Kick. Watch Rob on Kick. Let's kick some ass on Kick. Yeah, see you guys on Kick. 95.5. Pay me some money. Bye, boost.